Good evening and welcome to another Friday night of high school football on FNN, the Friday Night Network. Alongside Alan Parnell, Sarah Hampton down on the field. I am Jeff Ellison. We're getting set to bring you tonight action in Class 3A Region 6 as the Piedmont Bulldogs on the road on the hill against the Wellborn Panthers on senior night 2014 here at Wellborn High School. Again, you've got two teams here, Piedmont and Wellborn. And basically, Alan, I think they're playing for the number 2 slot. It's Glencoe, not official, but they've just about got the region wrapped up as far as the number 1 slot is concerned.
Jeff, we were talking before the game. I think that's exactly right. And two very good teams, and they're familiar with each other. And, you know, it's going to be a big game. Again, Glencoe seems to be in position to lock up that number 1 spot, but 2 and 3 is up for grabs right now.
Yes, it certainly is, and that is where we are here in Calhoun County on the hill on the campus of Walter Wellborn High School. Had rain this afternoon, and boy, did we ever as we made our way up to the stadium. But hopefully the rain will stay away and we can get this one in.
Jeff, I see a little cloud over in the corner there, but hopefully, as you said, hopefully it stays away. Field will probably handle it pretty well. It was pretty dry, actually, prior to this rainstorm, and I don't see any puddles anywhere, so probably will do the field some good, actually.
Alan, I know you coached here, we'll just say a number of years ago. But the hill is a special place.
It is, and I haven't seen a game here in several years, but have really looked forward to coming back here. And these people really take pride in this school, former players, cheerleaders, students, band members. I mean, there's just a sense of pride you don't find many places.
It's going to be a good one, folks. It really is. The Piedmont Bulldogs and the Wellborn Panthers here on the hill. We'll be back with more of our pregame activities as our pregame festivities will continue from right here on the hill.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
We build things that work the way you wish they would. Like a front-end loader you can detach from your seat. Or a mower deck you just drive over and cut through knee-deep grass no problem. Yep, we thought the same thing you did. That's why we build them this way. That's how we run. Nothing runs like a deer.
The politicians in Montgomery just don't get it. They're not fighting for us. Politicians like Del Marsh. Last year, Marsh wrote the law cutting $25 million from our schools, then rammed it through the legislature with no debate. Now Marsh is vowing to cut even more from our schools. We have to stop him. Fortunately, Taylor Stewart opposes additional cuts to our schools, and Taylor will fight to improve our classrooms so our kids can go to college. Taylor Stewart, he fights for Alabama's children.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we're proud to be a part of the excitement of high school football games by providing emergency on-site services for local high school games.
Anniston EMS provides this area with skilled, innovative, and dependable emergency care. As the area's only public safety company, Anniston EMS features dedicated employees who provide patients the highest quality pre-hospital care available. When you see Anniston EMS, you're seeing the best care possible.
Play hard and be safe from all of us at Anniston EMS.
And welcome back to the Hill. Jeff Ellison, Alan Parnell, Sarah Hampton with you. Again, top of the hour kickoff of Piedmont and Wellborn this evening from the Hill. And you know, Alan, walking into this facility this afternoon, You walk by the John Adcock Gymnasium, it just doesn't seem the same without Coach Adcock around.
Well, particularly at the pass gate when you come through there.
Right.
Coach Adcock was there for however many years, and this is the first season he's not been there. And Coach Adcock and I are good friends, and you know, just a great guy. Another good friend of mine, Lamar Wade, passed away last year. He was an old coach out here and player, and so they've lost two great ones in the last year.
Yeah, they really have, and it was exactly 4 months ago today, back on June 10th, that Coach Adcock did leave us, and he always called me big boy. I'll always remember that, no matter where I saw him. It was basketball game, football, regardless. Hey, big boy.
Well, you're a pretty big boy,
I am
Jeff.
a big boy.
So he probably had you playing basketball for him if you'd gone to the school, I guess.
Piedmont and Wellborn here tonight, and as we get into week number 8 of the season, you know, a week ago we were at Munford, and what a game we saw there as Munford came from behind to win that game over a very athletic Dadeville team, Alan, and the story of that game, especially in the first half when Munford was turnovers.
Well, you just felt like that Munford had played so poorly in the first half, but they were still in the game. I think it was a touchdown. They were behind at the half, and again, they'd had 4 turnovers, and you just sort of felt like if they could clean up the mistakes that they'd have a chance, and they did there at the end.
You know, that region, similar to the one we have tonight, Class 3A Region 6 with Piedmont and Wellborn tonight, Munford and Dadeville, you kind of get the feeling that a week ago those two teams were possibly playing for the number 2 spot because, you know, Leeds is in the driver's seat there.
They are. I'll tell you what's interesting, though, Jeff, and most people think I need my head examined for this. If Dadeville were to beat Leeds tonight, 3-way tie between Munford, Leeds, and Dadeville. Now, Leeds is a good football team. That may not happen, but this is a fun time of year.
Yeah, it really is. As, you know, each week goes by, we somewhat get a clearer picture of the playoffs as we head toward week number 11, which is not going to be very far away. But we do have some big games in the area tonight, and we'll get to those right now. And I guess one of the big games in this area involving an area team is right there. The Golden Bears are on the road up in North Jefferson County tonight, taking on Mortimer Jordan, and that too is a fight for the top spot in the region.
And I know Mortimer Jordan is ranked, 4th or 5th in the state. And I'm sure they're a well-coached team, good team. I've not seen them play. I have seen Lincoln play. Very athletic, very good. I hope Mortimer Jordan has got some athletes because they're going to have some to contain Lincoln. Very good football team, and should be a great game.
Well, I know Mortimer Jordan has a great quarterback. He's just a junior, too. Duncan Hodges, he passed for 420 yards a week ago against Alexandria when they put 61 points on the board against the Valley Cubs. He threw for 6 touchdowns. You'll remember this name, Alan, but he's already being compared, even though he's just a junior, stands about 6'2", 220. He's already being compared to a former quarterback at Mortimer Jordan back in the early 80s by the name of Peter Tom Willis.
Oh, absolutely. Florida State.
Yeah.
And a heck of a player. And if he's that good, then they may be okay. But it'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to getting some updates on that one.
And Munford at Childersburg. Again, we saw Munford a week ago in their big win at home over Dadeville, and they travel down to John Cox Stadium tonight to take on the Childersburg Tigers, and it's never easy to play down there.
No, it's tough. Munford has had their way with Childersburg the last 5 or 6 times they've played, but Childersburg hired the guy from Winterboro, Fawcett. Is that his name?
Adam Fawcett.
And he's done a tremendous job, and he's got them back better than competitive now, and they could win this game tonight.
Moving right along, there's Reeltown at Woodland. A week ago, Reeltown hosting Ranburn, and Ranburn makes the trip down and defeats Reeltown on the road, which was a big win for that team, but still Reeltown looking to bounce back tonight against a solid Woodland team that's still definitely in the hunt in Class 2A Region 5.
Reeltown, if you remember, beat Childersburg. They beat Dadeville, and so they're a good football team. It'll be all Woodland can handle, but the fact it's at Woodland may make the difference, and should be a great game.
Yeah, that's a great facility, too. Always enjoyed going down there to Randolph County. Beauregard at Central Clay County tonight, and as you see there, the Volunteers needing a win at home tonight against the Hornets to stay in the hunt for the 5A Region 3 title. A lot of good teams in that region, too. My goodness, the two you see there. You've got Tallahassee in there, Sylacauga as well with a one-loss team, but a big one there, especially for the home team tonight.
Well, no question about it. And Beauregard, I didn't know where Beauregard was for a long time, but it's down close to Auburn, and I was following Munford a few years ago, and we went down and played, and they're good, and every year they are, and I think they're undefeated this season. So it'll be all Central of Clay can handle. But now again, don't forget these guys know how to win too, and it should be a great game.
By the way, Jim's in the truck, and Jim, by no means are we trying to exclude you in our conversation. You can join in at any time, of course. But moving on, there's Westbrook Christian at Weaver. This also is two teams involving Class 3A Region 6, and they still have playoff hopes as well. They're 2-2 in the region, each of these teams, but still Westbrook Christian and Weaver, the Bearcats, in a big game as they face each other tonight.
Alan, don't you think this is one of the things that's great about high school football? I mean, here's a couple of teams that are not having the best of seasons, but yet what are we at, week 7, week 8, week 8 now? And both of these teams are still playing for their lives when it comes to playoffs.
Jim, it is great, and it gives you something to play for and to practice for, and the winner is in the hunt. The loser may almost be out of it, but that's again, you know that going in, and it's just a great thing that as many teams make the playoffs as they do. And again, just a really good game coming here, and be interesting to see who wins it.
All right, well, here's what we came for tonight, Jeff.
It certainly is, Jim, and you see it there. I mean, these two teams you look at their records, they're identical overall. They're identical in region play. And, of course, they both lost to Glencoe already. But still, this game will decide, as you see right there, in all likelihood, who will finish second in 3A Region 6. And along with that second place finish, Alan, you get to play at home first round.
And that's a big thing to play for. Everybody wants that because you may have to travel. I don't know who that they cross over with here, which region. But, it's good to get them at home, and everybody wants that. And these are two good teams about to go at it, here on the hill. And again, we're past the halfway mark in the season in this big game. And, I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. And
a couple of questions, Alan, and I heard this. I don't know that this is so. I haven't had a chance to actually look it up yet, but I was told that the difference between finishing second and third is what week you get to play Madison Academy.
Well, and that's a biggie too. We know how good those guys are, and they'll be there, and usually that's the end of the line. Now again, these two teams here are capable of beating those guys on a given night, and so I don't think they'll be backing down from anybody. But yeah, that is a roadblock that'll be tough to get by.
And Jeff Ty said this when we were doing the game up at Glencoe with Piedmont earlier in the season. It's not without question that two of these three teams are probably going to see one another again before the season's over.
It's very possible, Jim. That's exactly right. We talked about the fact that Piedmont and Wellborn and Glencoe, they could be playing each other again come November. It's very possible. You were asking, Alan, about who do they cross over with as far as the first round of the playoffs. Region 6 will cross over with Region 7, and right now the top 4 teams in that region are Geraldine, Plainview, Sylvania, Sandrock, New Hope also in there at 2-2 in region play. So, that's a region that very much so Region 6 can compete with top to bottom.
Oh, I think they can, and I think they'll do more than compete. I think that this region will dominate that region, if you want to know the truth, what I think anyway. And this is a really solid region from top to bottom, particularly those first three that we mentioned. They can compete with anybody.
And you have that, it seems, more often than you would think, as far as maybe one region. They're the 4 teams that will represent a particular region in the playoffs will win from 1, 2, 3, and 4. They'll win them all in the first round. It's happened so many times.
Oh, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen here. And and again, the region there that Munford and Leeds and all those, that's another one. What region is that, Jeff?
4A. No, you're stumping the panel here, Alan.
I'm
you
sorry.
did it to me. I'll have to look in my notes over here. But you're right. I mean, with Leeds and Montford and Dadeville, that's another region that
But they may win them all that first round, Jeff.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. I think it's 4A Region 3.
Yeah.
And, again, tough, good football and hard-nosed football, and that's what we're going to see here tonight. These Wellborn Panthers will get after it. Piedmont has got a lot of skill, and, of course, they'll hit you too. So it'll be a great game.
It certainly will be, and our pregame activities will continue from the Hill. You're watching the Friday Night Network.
Going on in your house when you're away is difficult, but Alarm.com's video monitoring makes it simple. Say you're at work. With live streaming video from your house, you can see that the kids got home okay. Check in on your pets. And look in on your baby. Nice boat. You can even capture and download video to watch later, and get video alerts sent straight to your phone. Make sure your home is powered by Alarm.com and see what's happening from anywhere. Alarm.com, your home in your hands.
Call Systems by Design. Simply smart security.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
At the Teachers Credit Union, of course, everybody, it's actually like a family. I know that's probably what everyone says, but when I walk in, they know me by name, and that matters so much to us. We're different. We look different. The credit union knows my business. They know where I work. They understand what I'm doing. And because of that, it allows for me to be able to work in a business world that I would otherwise not be capable of working in.
We build things that work the way you wish they would. Like a front-end loader you can detach from your seat. Or a mower deck you just drive over and cut through knee-deep grass no problem. Yep, we thought the same thing you did. That's why we build them this way. That's how we run. Nothing runs like a deer.
And welcome back to the Hill. Jeff Ellison, Alan Parnell, and Sarah Hampton. And each week, the Alabama Sports Writers Association high school football poll in each classification seems to change. Kind of like college football, right, Alan? Boy, did it take a change last week.
It did.
There you see the top 10 in Class 7A, the largest classification in the state of Alabama. And there's Coach Niblett's Hoover Buccaneers at number 1, even though they have 2 losses, one to Miami and one to Coach Rush Pope's team from over in Colquitt County, Georgia. Fairhope and Central of Phoenix City. A lot of folks say, Alan, those 3 teams are the cream of the crop in 7A.
And they may be. I tell you, I wouldn't count Gadsden City out.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good, and you guys have done them, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I know they're a good football team. So, and on into the 6A, Jeff.
Yeah, the Toros of Spanish Fort still at number 1, undefeated. Clay Chalkville playing Shades Valley tonight. And, boy, that's going to be a good one right there. Is 2 plays number 3 this evening. Opelika, Blount, Saraland, Florence, Carver, Montgomery, McAdory in there at number 10, making their first appearance of the year in 6A. St. Paul's remains number 1 in 5A. You see the list right there. We talked about Beauregard earlier, Alan. You see them down there at number 10.
Well, and they're great, and I see Calera tied with them there, and I didn't know about that, had not seen that list. But yeah, Beauregard is very good, and who do we have from our area? Is that about it?
Yeah, well, really, as far as East Central Alabama, that is right. But there you have the 5A
Coach, many
list. As far as the top 10 is concerned this week. And now we will try to get to 4A, and there you go, the Leeds Green Wave, a team that defeated Piedmont a couple of weeks ago. Sachs from Calhoun County at number 3.
Well, and Sachs has proven themselves. They've been good for a while, and looks like they're going to be good for a while, Jeff.
And also down at number 9, Jacksonville, they suffered their first loss of the year last week. 3A, Madison Academy. Talked about those guys earlier, and what a tradition and what a program they have there, Alan.
Well, and they are, and you just see them year in and year out. They're always there. And of course, I see Glencoe there, who's from just up the road here, and they've beaten both the two teams we've got here tonight.
There you see number 10 Piedmont, a team we will see here tonight against Wellborn. 5, the Red Devils, still number 1 in Class 2A. A lot of folks think Washington County is going to run the table this year. They came oh so close a year ago. Ranburn, the team that beat Reeltown a week ago down on the road, and Ranburn in there at number 5 with undefeated at 6-0. And then Class 1A, Brantley. Well, it seems like Brantley's there every year.
They are. And then you got Raglan and Donahoe, two local teams here that are on a collision course. Jeff, when do they play next week?
Next week we will be there. That game will be played at Raglan. The Purple Devils and the Falcons of Donahoe next week. That will be our Friday night network game. There you have the Alabama Sports Writers Association top 10 in all 7 classifications. Tonight, Wellborn and Piedmont from the Hill. Earlier this afternoon in our Coach's Corner segment, Sarah Hampton spoke with Wellborn head coach Jeff Smith, getting his thoughts on tonight's game.
Coach, many people say tonight is a program-defining game for Wellborn. Piedmont has been on top for many years. What would it mean for the Panthers to win tonight on the Hill?
Well, I think it'll mean a lot to our school and our community and our players and our former players. We take a lot of pride, and we've got real deep tradition here, and we're very proud of it. And, this will be another chapter in it.
Piedmont has big play capabilities and lots of speed. What are you guys going to do tonight to slow them down?
Well, we're going to get out there and play Wellborn Panther football, and, we're going to be physical. When we wear them black helmets and black jerseys and you come up on the hill, we plan on getting after it.
Okay. And also, it's senior night here on the Hill. Right. So talk about Landon McChristie a little bit and Kevin Mixon.
I've had them since they were in the 7th grade. I've spent more time with them than I have my own children. They mean everything to us, to our school, our community, to our coaching staff, and to me personally. I think a lot of them and really want to see them be successful.
Okay, well, good luck tonight, Coach, and thank you so much. Back to you, Jeff.
All right, thanks very much, Sarah. Quickly, let's get the coin toss at midfield.
Will you kick what toward this away from? Put your backs over there. Please. We're going to tell them up top. On offense first. Now you shake hands. Good luck. Let's rock and roll.
Randy Lovern, the official tonight, the man in the white hat. Now, there's a phrase I've never heard before as far as the officials giving instructions. Said we're going to rock and roll, Alan.
Well, it sounds like he's looking forward to the kind of game I'm expecting as well. So we'll just kind of see. But at least he's on board.
Wellborn will be receiving to get this big football game underway. And we will be back with the opening kickoff right here on the Friday Night Network.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
Welcome back to the Hill. Jeff, Allen, and Sarah with you as both teams are making their way onto the playing surface. Again, Wellborn will be receiving to get this football game underway. And we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineups quickly. Once again, brought to you by Grub Mart, the best popcorn in the world. Allen, is it Grub Mart? The best boiled peanuts in the world are at Grub Mart. If you don't believe me, just ask Ty. He'll tell you.
Jeff, it sounds like you've experienced that quite a while. You and Ty together, maybe it sounds like it. So I will ask Ty.
There you see the offense of Piedmont tonight, and one name and one jersey number you will see often tonight. What an explosive player, Allen, and C.J. Savage, already 11 touchdowns on the year, and he can score from anywhere on the field.
Wow. And I know they're explosive. That's going to be a challenge for Wellborn tonight to slow down those big plays that Piedmont depends on so much.
Drake Thompson, the leading rusher, and Lusk, of course, the senior quarterback. Defensively, Piedmont, again, of course, a number of guys playing both ways. You see Drake Thompson also plays in the secondary, not only the running back, but and also you see Alexander, the linebacker. He was an all-state linebacker a year ago as a junior, so a pretty stingy defense as well for Piedmont. Offensive side of the ball for Wellborn, there you see Landon McChristy. He'll play both quarterback and also linebacker in the backfield. Kevin Mixon, the leading rusher for Wellborn offensively. There you see the offensive line of Cup, Epps, Farmer, Beatles, and Gallagher, and the defensive front for Wellborn. If we can get a look at Wellborn's defense, and there you see it right there. Big guys up front. Corey Tigner, what a defensive end he is. We're ready to play football, as you've had the starting lineups once again brought to you by Grub Mart. It will be Lusk, the quarterback, Lusk also the place kicker that will kick it off for the Bulldogs, and we're playing football from the Hill. This kick is fielded at the 15, over the 20, 25, 30, still on his feet at the 35, and down at the 36. On the return is Kendarius Weatherly. That's a 26-yard return by Weatherly, and that will give Wellborn good field position to start this opening drive. They will scrimmage from their own 36.
Jeff Weatherly did a really good job of just bringing that back up the middle. I thought he might score. One guy didn't get the number, made probably a touchdown saving tackle.
Again, McChristy is the quarterback. Behind him, the running backs are DJ Roden and again Kevin Mixon, and Mixon will get the call. A toss to the short side of the field, and it's short yardage on the plays. He gets maybe 4 up to the 40. Alexander there to make the stop.
Just a quick toss to Mixon over there, and he picked up 4 or 5 good yards. Certainly a positive play there. If you can pick up 4 or 5 yards every trip, you've done well.
Just underway from the Hill. Crowd continuing to file in. Glad to have you along here, joining us on the Friday Night Network. From the 40-yard line, it's 2nd and 6. McChristy, no gain this time. He is taken down right at the 40-yard line for no gain on the play. Getting up from the pile defensively is Jonathan Lucas for the Bulldogs.
McChristy came out in just sort of a naked play. Nobody, no lead blockers, and thought he would fool him, but didn't fool anybody. Piedmont made a nice play.
First 2 plays of the game, Allen, they run to the short side of the field.
May tell you something, I don't know, and I see a lot of players over to the other side. There looks like they're loaded to the right.
And on 3rd down and 6, they will run the ball inside. Kind of a wildcat look right there, and they'll be stopped short of the 1st down. That's Mixon's 2nd carry of the game. Needed 6, and he only got 5.
Jeff, he got real close. Looks like if he'd stretched out, I'm not sure if he didn't know where he was, but had he really stretched out, I think he almost could have made that, but he's a full yard short.
4th down and 1. And Coach Jeff Smith will send in the punting unit as Chandler Cup will come in to boot it away. Back deep to return the kick is James Blanchard. Good snap from center. There's no rush. The kick's away. Blanchard will let it roll inside the 30, 25, and out of bounds it goes. Well, it'll roll dead, I should say, at the 23-yard line. So 3 and out for Wellborn on their opening possession, Allen, and really not what they wanted.
No. You always want to come out and get something going, and a 3 and out is not what you want. I'm noticing, Jeff, that the football looks wet and slick, and that could be a factor. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, had a lot of rain prior to the game. Don't see any standing water, but I think it's going to be wet. Probably see some slipping tonight, too.
Yeah, it came down in buckets about 5:30 this afternoon, but hopefully all of that is behind us. First possession of the night now for Piedmont. They will scrimmage from their own 23. This is Treek Thompson running far side. A couple of yards to the 25. It's only a pickup of 2 to bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Jeff, lots of speed going around that left side there, and they're going to just try to turn the corner on Wellborn, but pretty good speed there. I noticed Wellborn's defensive linemen, 3 of the 4 are probably less than 160 pounds. So that tells me that they're planning on being able to run some night too. You'd think that Piedmont might try to run it right at them, and since they are that light, and I think Piedmont's got a pretty good sized offensive line too.
2nd down and 8. Play clock is at 5. They better hurry. 2 wideouts far side. They get it off. Lusk will keep it himself. Maybe a yard to the 26 and nothing more to bring up a 3rd down and 7 now for Piedmont.
DJ Roden on the stop there, number 25, plays defensive tackle there, and but he may go $160 or so, but he made a nice play there.
You know, at the high school level, it does seem that maybe size is not always what you need, but that speed, that quickness that can run sideline to sideline pays off a lot on the defensive side.
Particularly if you're playing a team like Piedmont that's known for their speed.
To the near side is Cody Daughtry. Top of your screen is C.J. Savage on this 3rd down call from the 26. Lusk wants to throw. Throws back. Pass is incomplete. Kind of like a throwback screen over there, Allen. It falls incomplete, so it will be 3 and out for the Bulldogs.
He's very fortunate, DJ Roden, on the coverage over there for Wellborn. Had he been looking, that ball almost tipped right over his shoulder, I think. He could have gone in for 6. The other way for Wellborn.
We're just exchanging punts on each team's opening possession as Kevin Mixon will go back, the lone return man for Wellborn, standing back near his own 40-yard line. Again, that's Tyler Lusk, quarterback, place kicker, punter, you name it. Kicks away, line drive. Mixon will get away from it, and it will roll dead at the 31-yard line. That will be a 44-yard punt, and Wellborn will have the football now, 1st down and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Kind of a slow start for the offenses.
It is, and Jeff, I've noticed on both the punt return teams, neither team's punt return guy has gone up and tried to make the catch. They may be concerned about that wet ball a little bit, and when the ball hit, it bounced about 3 yards and stopped. So it'll be a factor.
2nd possession of the night for Wellborn at their own 31. This is Mixon with running room. 35-40, 1st down yardage to the 44. It's a gain of 13, and that will indeed move the chains for the first time tonight.
There's a 1st down, and Kevin Mixon showing really good speed there, and the Wellborn Panthers, after feeling him out on that first series, may have found something that they like.
James Blanchard there to make the stop, but not before Mixon picks up 13. Christie pass quick on the flat near side. Pass is caught up near midfield. On the receiving end of that pass is Jordan Montgomery, just a sophomore. The play will pick up about 5.
There have been a few Montgomerys come through this program up here at Wellborn, and when I was here there were some really good ones, and there had been some here before, so not sure who his folks are, but I know where they live down around East Boca.
Saw the replay there, just what some people call the bubble screen that nets 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 near midfield. Mixon, down he goes in the backfield. This will be a loss of a couple on the play. Piedmont getting good penetration from Austin Brazier.
Brazier did a really nice job in penetrating the line of scrimmage. And just a really great play. The guard was trying to get out there on Brazier and didn't get that block made, and blew the play up, as they say.
3rd down, we'll call it 8. 3rd down and 8 from their own 47. They need just inside the 46 for a new series of downs, and McChristie wants to throw. He does. Downfield pass. Oh boy, dangerous. It falls incomplete. Drake Thompson on the coverage there defensively, but again, Landon McChristie's pass falls incomplete. Well, they got 1 first down that possession, but again, they'll have to punt the football.
Got to string a few of those together before he's going to be able to go down there and get points. He's looking for Corey Tigner that time, and I think Corey was down there for 1st down yardage, but he floated that ball, and there were some Piedmont Bulldogs in the area there too. Very dangerous, as you said.
James Blanchard and C.J. Savage set to return the punt from Cup Again, Savage already with 2 punt returns for touchdowns here in the 2014 season. He will not get an opportunity this time as they'll get away from it, and the ball will roll dead at the 21-yard line. Alan, I think you're right, too. Nobody wants to field a punt tonight, I think, due to the wet conditions.
Well, and you know, one turnover like that, I'll tell you what almost happened just then is a Piedmont player nearly got hit by the ball. He was setting up to block, and the ball hit very close to him. I don't guess it did hit him because the Wellborn players would have been all over it. But, you know, that scares me to death when you got a guy there setting up to punt, doesn't know where the ball is and gets hit by it.
Piedmont from their own 21, 1st and 10. 4 wideouts, 2 near side, 2 far side. That's Thompson in motion. Lusk pass is caught. Savage on the receiving end, but Savage with nowhere to go.
Well, and I can tell you, the Wellborn really went to the football just then. Quandarius Moore made the tackle out there, and they know something about tackling, too. There was no getting away from that. It was 4-on-1.
These two teams with identical records. You see Piedmont 4-2, 3-1 in region play and Class 3A Region 6. And it's the same mark for the host team tonight, the Wellborn Panthers. It will be 2nd down now, 2nd down and 12 near the 20-yard line for Piedmont. Savage is to the near side. Far side is Cody Daughtry. Lusk is flanked by running backs on either side, and they will run the football. Not maybe to a yard, and that is it. To the 21-yard line, and it will bring up another 3rd down and long for Piedmont.
Landon McChristie on the stop, the Wellborn quarterback, good defensive player as well, plays linebacker on defense, and really made a good stop. So this Wellborn defense is really salty, and I'm expecting, of course, the rain probably hurt Piedmont, Jeff, more than Wellborn, because they are going to need to throw the football. They're pretty good at it too.
3rd down and 11 at the 21 rather. The line to make is the 32. Midway through the first quarter, no score in the game. Trips to the near side. Lusk wants to throw with time. Now he'll run. 25, 30, short of the 1st down at the 30. It will be 4th down and 2.
Lusk is a pretty good sized quarterback. What, Jeff, is he 6'1", probably 180 maybe?
Yeah, a senior too, and he's the leader for Piedmont, and that time I guess, you know, it was just nowhere to throw the ball, so he made the best of it and came close to the 1st down.
Almost made it, just about.
4th and 2 at the 30-yard line, and Lusk will punt it away once more. Mixon at his 35 to return. Again, we've yet to have a punt returned in this game. Fair catch called for by Mixon. He hauls it in at the 38-yard line. A penalty marker down, thrown by the referee in the backfield, and we may have a roughing the kicker or running into the kicker. We'll just see which of the two it may be.
It'll be interesting because Corey Tigner was coming in trying to get a piece of it. The up back got a piece of him, and he didn't really block him into him, but certainly had something to do with him getting into that kicker. Of course, I think it was clearly a roughing the kicker.
During the kick, we have running into the kicker on the defense. The result is going to be 1st down.
So a big play there. Anytime you get a 1st down via the penalty, that's big.
Well, costly penalty. They had them stopped there, and now they've still got the ball and continuing this drive. So mistake, although I know Tigner came close to blocking that kick, but if you don't get it, you hit the kicker, you've not helped yourselves.
It will be 1st down for Piedmont at their own 35-yard line following the running into the kicker penalty on 4th down. 3 wideouts far side. Savage is over there along with Daughtry and Thompson. Swing pass complete to Thompson. Thompson's at the 40, still on his feet at the 45, but he goes out of bounds at the 46. It's a pickup of 11.
If the field had been about a yard wider on that side, we'd be looking at 6 points for Piedmont. He's really got a lot of speed, great back, and he's ahead of everybody right there, just runs out of the bounds.
Tried to tightrope it, didn't he?
He almost did.
From the 46 now, Piedmont with a new series of downs. Near the 4-minute mark in the first quarter, no score in this big football game in Class 3A Region 6 between the Panthers and the Bulldogs. Lusk from the 46. They run the football inside from maybe a yard. That's Austin Brazier. The ball popped loose. Wellborn saying they have it, but no indication by the officials. I think they may say he was down.
I think you're right, Jeff. They're all around it, and the officials had it. But I saw the Wellborn players digging down there for it. They just took it away from him on the ground. But
let's take a look at it again, see if that ball.
Gosh, I thought it was on the ground.
Oh boy, it's borderline, isn't it?
I thought 25 got it there. It came out before it was on the ground, I thought.
Yeah. But it will remain Piedmont football. 2nd down and 9 at their own 47.
Well, that's tough. We don't get to replay it like they do on Saturday, do we?
No, not in high school. 2nd down call, and now into the football game for Piedmont. That's Hayes, Michael Hayes in, replacing Lusk. And they'll just snap it back to Hayes, and Hayes will run it up to the 50 for a gain of about 3. There is a penalty marker down. Again, you see the gentleman in the white hat. That's Randy Lovern, and he'll give us the call. Well, you see the call. It's personal foul, face mask against Wellborn. Move the football down to the 35-yard line. So 2 big penalties in this drive have really hurt Wellborn defensively.
No doubt about it, Jeff. Those are things that you try to avoid, and they've continued this drive. Good to see Lusk back in the game. I was hoping he was not injured.
Yeah. Alexander, Benefield, and Daughtry to the near side. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw it deep downfield. Savage is out there, but it's overthrown. Down near the goal line, it's 2nd down and 10. Piedmont now at the 35.
Pretty good coverage by Wellborn over there on that side. I believe looked like Montgomery and Moore there, but good pass. He had a couple of steps.
Yeah, he did. Pass was just a bit overthrown by Lusk. I'm sure they'll go back to that because we talked about him earlier. C.J. Savage is one of the best in this area. Now Savage will come to the near side. The near side is the wide side of the field. 2nd down 10. This is Drake Thompson. Thompson still on his feet. Touchdown Piedmont. He stayed in bounds that time, Allen.
He sure did.
35-yard run, and just like that, the Bulldogs take the lead.
Gosh, he's fast. He really is fast. He looks like he broke a couple of tackles. Look forward to seeing the replay here. And didn't get to know. Might have had a clip over there. And, yeah, he broke 2 tackles there and took it on into the end zone for the first score.
35-yard run again by the senior Drake Thompson, and Piedmont now on top 6-0 as Lusk comes in for the extra point out of the hold of James Blanchard. 2:50 remaining in the opening quarter. Piedmont leads by 6. The snap, the spot, the kick, and Piedmont leads by 7. Timeout on the field. The Bulldogs on top of the Panthers. Early going here from the Hill. You're watching the Friday Night Network.
Ooh, look at those toys.
Insurance must be expensive.
Nah.
I bet he's got an Allstate agent. They can save you up to 30% more by bundling your policies.
Well, his dog's stupid.
Poodles are one of the world's smartest breeds. Bundle and save with an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Call Alan Parnell at 256-831-8887 at the Parnell Insurance Agency on Snow Street in Oxford and in Tallapoosa, Georgia.
A 79-yard drive by the Bulldogs. The touchdown play, the 35-yard run by Drake Thompson. Lusk made the extra point, and just like that, Piedmont with the early 7-0 lead. And we talked about it during that drive, Allen, but those 2 penalties had the face mask, and the 4th down running into the kicker kept the drive alive.
Well, and I can tell you, Piedmont is it's a lot safer when their offense is over on the sideline over there,
yeah.
And you let them stay on the field like that, you're going to eventually pay for it, and that's what you just saw. saw from Wellborn. Jeff, let me say something that's unique about Tyler Lusk. Now, he is a right-handed quarterback. He kicks left-footed. Have you noticed that?
That is true. We haven't pointed that out, but that is so true. He can throw it a country mile right-handed and kick it a country mile left-footed. This kick is fielded at the 7 on the return. Fumbles the ball, oh my, and Piedmont may have it. Kendarius Weatherly, the ball popped loose. We talked about the wet conditions, and Piedmont fell on it, Alan.
Jeffy was trying to go to the right side right there. He was trying to switch the ball from his left arm to his right arm. I believe, no, it was in his right arm the whole time. Just didn't have it up high and tight like you want to there, and just got bumped a little bit, and it falls out. And Piedmont's in business down here. What is it, on about the 6?
At
7?
Yeah, and Cody Daughtry was there on the special teams unit for Piedmont to recover that loose ball, giving Piedmont a golden opportunity here. We'll call it the 7-yard line, 1st and goal. They snap it back to Hayes. Hayes runs far side. Hayes dives down near the goal line, but he didn't get in. We do have a penalty marker down back at the 8-yard line. They may bring this one back, but we'll get the official call here as the official on the far side has thrown his piece of laundry. Here's the call. Holding against the offense, and that's going to back him up from the spot of the foul, I do believe, Alan, so that'll move it back out beyond the 15-yard line, out near the 20 at the 19.
Well, and that's these penalties going the other way there. I tell you, they'll eat you alive, but instead of 2nd and goal from the 2, now they're 1st and a long way, 1st and about 19 now, Jeff, so that's tough.
Savage is the single wide out. There you see at the top of the screen. Lusk back in at quarterback. 1st and goal at the 19. Lusk wants to throw. He does throw. Pass is incomplete, and he had him open too. That was Austin Brazier. Nobody around. Pass just too tall.
That was a nice play drawn up. Everybody goes left, and the quarterback Lusk comes out to the right with Brazier out here. He's wide open, just overthrew him.
Yeah, you can see it right there. I mean, it was just, as you said, and he rolls back near side, and I know that's a pass he wish he had back.
About 4 inches too high, or it'd be 6 points.
It's from the 19. 2nd down and goal. Piedmont scored on their last possession, and they're in possession of the ball right now following a turnover by Wellborn's special teams unit. 2nd down. Lusk, pass, caught. Alexander's got it. Short gain, however. He's pushed out of bounds down near the 15. It's just a pickup of 4 yards on the play. 3rd down and goal.
Nice tackle by DJ Roden there. He actually pulled him down by the jersey, but had he broken that tackle, he picks up more yards. Wellborn in a good position maybe to get them stopped down here and hold them to a field goal. If Piedmont gets up by 2 touchdowns, Wellborn doesn't score an awful lot of points in the game. So if they get down by too much, could be trouble for them.
Yeah, the Panthers, they don't want a shootout, that's for sure.
No.
3rd down goal at the 15. Snap back to Lusk. Throws into the end zone. Pass is incomplete. There was some contact down there, but pass intended for Cody Daughtry falls incomplete.
There was contact there. That was Kevin Mixon on the coverage for Wellborn. And Wellborn might have gotten away with a break that time because there was pretty good contact and kept Daughtry from getting into the football.
And Daughtry never saw the ball. He looked back and couldn't pick it up.
He wanted the flag, though, Jeff.
Yeah, that's true.
In the worst way.
This will be a 33-yard field goal by Lusk. Again, the holder is James Blanchard. Piedmont leads by 7, looking to go up by 2 scores on this 33-yard field goal try. Has plenty of distance. Does it have the accuracy? It does not. It's wide right. No good. So the score holds at Piedmont 7, Wellborn nothing. The ball goes back to Wellborn at the 20-yard line, so the turnover didn't hurt them.
Well, Jeff, they were fortunate, and of course Wellborn pretty tough defensively there, but if they'd given up another score, as we said, it would have really been hard. So Nice defensive stand by the Panthers, aided by the penalty, the holding penalty for Piedmont.
This is the 22nd meeting between these two schools. Wellborn leads the series all-time 14-7. The first time they ever played these two squads was back in 1955. Piedmont won it 41-19. The coaches, Bill Farrell of Piedmont. I remember when he coached at Anniston.
I do too.
Yeah, and Frank Hackney was the head coach of Wellborn back in those days. First down, little trickeration right here, and it falls incomplete. You've got to appreciate the creativity there by Wellborn, but just unable to hook up on the pass.
Looking for Jordan Montgomery. He had a step, but the pass was not good. It was sort of an end-over-end pass, and just something you get with a wet ball. Now, Frank Hackney, interesting. 55, I think, might be the first team that Wellborn had here.
You are correct, sir. I didn't mention that, but Alan, you are absolutely right. That was the first year Wellborn fielded a team back 59 years ago. Second down 10 at the 20. McChristie, it's kind of an inside reverse there as they get it up to the 24-yard line, and that's a gain of 4 to bring up third down and 6.
Jeff, that was a nice play by Wellborn. You know, the Wellborn splits, they get in there real tight, the center and the guard and tackle. There may be 6 inches between them there, so just not a whole lot of running room, but got a little push on the Piedmont defensive front, but still third and about, 6 or 7 here, 3rd and 6, so it'll take a big third down play to convert it here.
They need the 30-yard line. This is McChristie wanting to throw, has a receiver open, pass is incomplete. Had it for a moment, but unable to hold on to it was Tigner at the 35, and again, it will bring up 4th down.
That was Drake Thompson out here on the coverage, and good thing he knocked that one down. I really thought they had a good chance to complete that pass, but he got a hand in, knocked it away. Good defense by Piedmont.
4th down and 6 at the 24. And Wellborn will punt it again as Chandler Cupp will stand back near his 12-yard line. Again set to return the punt is Blanchard along with Savage, and they'll let it roll. And now Savage picks it up at the very last moment, and he goes down immediately at the 40-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 from, well, actually they may move the football up to the 46. They're saying maybe Wellborn did touch the ball up there, and they will. They'll move it up to the 46.
And I did think I saw the Wellborn player get hit by the ball there, Jeff, and was wondering if the official would see that, and he did.
From the 46, it will be 1st and 10 for Piedmont. A rather fast-paced first quarter with just 1:14 showing here in the opening frame. Piedmont with the lead and in possession of the football near midfield.
I would say about 2/3 of the plays have been running plays, not too many passing plays for either team.
Daughtry, Benefield, and Savage are the wideouts. Thompson's in the backfield to the right of Lusk, and Thompson gets the call. 8 yards to the 47. It will be 2nd down and 2.
You better hold on to him, because I'll tell you, if he gets away, he's out of sight before you know it.
Quandarius Moore made the tackle for Wellborn, but again, not before Thompson picked up a big 8 yards on the first down play, and will be 2nd down and 2 at the 47-yard line. Final minute of the opening quarter from the Hill. Wellborn trails Piedmont 7-0. You're watching the Friday Night Network's coverage of high school football. 2nd down at the 47. Lusk wants to throw, has time. Savage got it at the 35, stays in bounds at the 30-yard line. That will be a pickup of 17 yards on the play, and that will move the chains.
Brought down by Quandarius Moore there, and nice tackle.
A lot of cushion there too.
Yeah, it was, and if he doesn't make the tackle, big trouble. Had another player there set to make it, but I can tell you, who was that? Savage, I guess. Savage will get away in a hurry too. Piedmont's got some explosive players.
1st down at the 30. Final play of the quarter. Lusk will run it himself. He'll get about 7 yards down to the 23. That is the end of the first quarter, and after 12 minutes of action, it's Piedmont leading Wellborn 7-0 on the Friday Night Network.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance. Because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? So, the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
When you're in need of septic tank installation, repair, pumping, or service, both commercial and residential, the first call you make is to On-Site Solutions. They're also one of the only companies in Calhoun County that can handle all your restaurant grease from pickup to disposal. On-Site Solutions offers excellent service for a reasonable price, both before and after your septic system is installed. Call Jason Lively today at 256-310-2801 and let On-Site Solutions help solve your septic system needs. Mention where you heard this ad and receive a discount.
7-0 the score as we begin play in the second quarter. Now, as we went to break, there was a penalty on the final play of the second quarter. It was holding on Piedmont. And that penalty, of course, has been enforced. We have now changed ends of the field. And when we resume play here in the second quarter, it will be first down for Piedmont, but they will be scrimmaging back at their 39-yard line. And Alan, you got a couple of score updates, one with the Leeds and Dadeville game.
Leeds and Dadeville 7-7. That's early, halfway through the first quarter. And Munford 6, Childersburg nothing. And that's on into the second quarter, I believe.
39-yard line is where the ball is placed down, and that is where we will play football. That is the line of scrimmage to start the second quarter as Piedmont again penalized for holding on the final play of the period. Back in at quarterback is Michael Hayes replacing Lusk on this first down call, and Hayes will run it himself, and he'll fall forward to the 37 for a gain of 2. Landon McChristie was there to make the tackle. Also there was Tyler Lewis.
Jeff, I believe Hayes is a designated running quarterback for Piedmont. Now I've seen Lusk, he can run and throw, and they're sort of interchanging them. And but I think Hayes is sort of the tough guy that doesn't mind getting the bloody nose if he needs one.
Kind of the blue collar worker.
I think so.
Second down from the 37. Second down 17. Lusk is back in. Long count, and Lusk wants to throw. Fires, pass is intended for Savage, but underthrown. He short hopped it. Third down 17 at the 37.
Jeff, that was a little low. He's got a strong arm, though. Looks like he can really zing it there, and we'll probably see some more of that during the rest of the game, I think. On coverage out there for Wellborn. Oh, I've lost my sheet, yeah. Moore, Quandarius Moore.
At the 37, they need the 20-yard line. Again, Daughtry and Benefiel to the bottom of your screen. Out high, out top, you see Savage and Drake Thompson. Lusk under a lot of pressure. Rolls far side. Pass nearly picked off. Intended down there near the first down marker from Mitchell Benefiel. A couple of guys got hands on that one.
Trevante Walker should have had the interception there for Wellborn. I'm sure he'd like to have another shot at that one too. But just in and out of his hands, and a good way to stop this drive. 4th and long for Piedmont.
At the 37-yard line, again, Mixon goes back deep to return the punt from Lusk. So again, boy, it seemed like we talked about it all night, Alan, penalties. And I mean, a big holding penalty there hurt Piedmont on that possession.
Well, no doubt about it. And I'm almost surprised. Well, this long, though, I guess they probably should go ahead and punt it.
Gets it away. Mixon will just get out of the way of it, and it will go into the end zone for the touchback. 7-0 Piedmont on top. We'll be back with more on the Friday Night Network.
Forsyth Builders are passionate about what they do. A full-service contracting firm, Forsyth handles a variety of jobs, including industrial, commercial, renovations, and new construction. Forsyth has become a leader in construction management and has constructed or made additions on a number of area businesses like Noble Bank and ABS Business Systems, additions to Anniston's Country Club and FNN Bank.
Remember to make Forsyth Building Company your.
And welcome back. 1st and 10 for Wellborn at their own 20-yard line. On the first down play, they run Mixon, and Mixon has about 7 yards out to the 27-yard line. From there, it will be 2nd down and 3 for Wellborn. Panthers got to get something going offensively.
Yeah, Jeff, I think they've had, one first down maybe?
Yeah.
And just haven't had a whole lot. Of course, credit the Piedmont defense. They've got a lot of speed, and they tackle very well. But it's been mainly Piedmont so far.
From the 27, 2nd down and 3. First down yardage across the 30 up to the 34-yard line. Cody Daughtry made the tackle, but it's a chain mover.
Well, and that was a good run and good tackle. I tell you what, these Piedmont guys know something about tackling too. And dropped him in his tracks right there, and he breaks that tackle. It's a big play.
Talk about Wellborn offensively needing to get something going. Well, the last 4 games, they've scored 61, 42, 48, and 49, so they have shown an ability to score.
Well, I guess so. Jeff. I was wrong on that. I was thinking about some of the other Wellborn teams over the years.
From the 34-yard line. Fumble the football, and Piedmont's got it. Drake Thompson fell on it at the 38. Another turnover by the home team, and that hurts.
And Jeff, it was a triple inside reverse there. You don't see that very often, but it looked like a pretty good play. And Corey Tigner really got hit. I didn't see the numbers, but there were 2 or 3 Piedmont Bulldogs that really hammered him, knocked the ball loose, and Piedmont back in business in Wellborn territory.
Tigner coughed it up. Thompson fell on it for the white jerseyed Piedmont Bulldogs. And again, Piedmont will start another possession on Wellborn's side of the 50 at the 37, and they already lead by 7.
And Jeff, you keep giving them a short field, they're going to eventually make you pay.
Yes, they certainly are. And talk about being able to score. You know, last week they put 48 on the board against Pleasant Valley, did Piedmont. From the 37, 1st and 10, Thompson, who just had the fumble recovery, now runs the football wide side. Still on his feet at the 35, 30. He will have a first down. He broke a handful of tackles over there, and that will be a gain of about 12 on the play.
Jeff, you can't help but be really impressed by Drake Thompson there. He really took a lick from Trevante Walker over there, and they both sort of stood straight up, and then Reed just kept going, and just a great run, and he's a really good runner, and moved the chains there, and Piedmont on the drive again.
At the 25-yard line, following the 12-yard pickup, it's 1st and 10. Alexander's now in the backfield along with Hayes. Alexander will run the football, maybe a yard to the 24, and nothing more. Tyler Lewis there to take him down for just maybe no gain on the play.
Yeah, that was a nice play. The Wellborn defense is going to need to bow their back one more time, Jeff. For the reasons we've talked about, it's going to be tough to score many points on this Piedmont defense.
2nd down and 10. We gave you an update earlier on Munford and Childersburg. Now they're in a weather delay, I understand.
That's exactly right.
From the 25, 2nd down and 10. That game being played down in Childersburg at John Cox Stadium. They'll run Hayes. Hayes hit in the backfield. He will lose yardage as he is covered up by a host of black jerseys back at the 28-yard line. That was Montgomery in there defensively. Also getting up from the pile was Elston, Jamezio Elston. It's 3rd down and long now for Piedmont.
Jeff got another score, 14-7 Dadeville in the second quarter.
Boy, that would shake things up if that score holds.
It would.
The ball is at the 27. It's 3rd down and 12. Piedmont needs the 15-yard line for a new series of downs. They'll send trips near side. Single wide out far side is Savage. 3rd and 12. Lusk, pass, caught. Still on his feet inside the 5, down near the 3-yard line. They're able to convert on a 3rd and 12 as Lusk hooks up with Cody Daughtry all the way down to the 3.
Jeff, that was a great pass. I guess it was 25, 30 yards in the air, just a rope. And Wellborn had relatively good defense there and hit him about the 5, and he stumbled down to about the 3. Piedmont back in business inside the 5-yard line, and they've lived on this end of the field. Wellborn's end of the field.
They certainly have. 1st and goal, and again Piedmont has the football following the 2nd turnover of the night by Wellborn. A short field as this drive started at the Wellborn 37. This is Thompson going into the end zone, standing up, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and Piedmont goes up by 2 scores, leading now 13-0.
Jeff, the sweep to the right side with Thompson, you just can't miss a tackle. If you miss a tackle on him, he'll go and take it to the house as he did just then. He's a good-looking athlete.
Yeah, he certainly is. I mean, he's the type of running back too, Alan. Seems like he can run inside as well as outside.
I think so. I saw him just then on the monitor, and he's looks like he spends a little time in that weight room too.
13-0 now. Piedmont with the first half lead. Lusk in for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick. It's all good. Timeout on the field. Piedmont leads 14-0 on the Friday Night Network.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no.
Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Hi, I'm Curtis Skinner. Trust me, to win out here you have to have a team of experienced professionals behind you.
The same kind of professionals you'll need after an automobile accident, and that's what you'll find at Skinner's Body Shop in Oxford. At Skinner Body Shop, you always get free estimates, and our dad's crew can fix it like new. Everybody's seen Bull around with our rollback, ready to handle all your towing needs. We work with all major insurance carriers, so the next time you
All right, enough of the details. Just come see my dad at Skinner Body Shop.
14-0 Piedmont on top of Wellborn, and again Piedmont will kick it back to the Panthers, and Alan, Wellborn's got to hold on to the football.
Yes, they do, and they just can't keep giving Piedmont the football on a short field, and Piedmont is, they get one more, it's really going to be tough. Wellborn needs to answer the call here.
The kick by Lusk, end over end. Mixon's got it at the 12. Mixon's at the 20. 30. Still on his feet at the 35, and down he goes at the 38. 26-yard return by the senior, and from there, Wellborn good field position. They'll scrimmage from their own 38.
Jeff Matthew Snyder on the stop there for Piedmont, and with others, but he made a good stop there, and they do a good job, and Wellborn knows what they have to do here. We'll just see if they do it. Piedmont doing a great job defensively. I don't know how many first downs they've given up. Still one, couple or three, not many.
Yeah. First down at the 38. Wide to the near side is Spencer Screws. Say that fast 3 times. Spencer Screws. This is Mixon with daylight. It closes quickly, however. Thought that play would gain a whole lot more than it did, but still he picks up 7.
Had he stayed inside, Jeff, I think it would have. Spencer Screws was making a block there, and instead of staying to the left and heading upfield, he broke out to the right, and they stopped him before he got quite as many yards. I think he'd have gotten 8 or 10 more if he stayed inside.
Second down 3 at the 45. Kendarius Weatherly is to the far side. Christie looks him over from the 45, and penalty marker prior to the snap. This will be a pre-snap penalty. Here's the call from Randy Lovern. I can't read lips. 5-yard pickup on the penalty. It gives Wellborn a first down at midfield. 50-yard line is where Wellborn will pick up a new series of downs. And I mean, we're not even midway through the second quarter, Alan, so I mean, you know, there's a lifetime left in this game. Trailing by just 14. Weatherly to the left, to the far side. Christie down under center. Will run Mixon near side. 5 yards to the 45. Alexander gets up from the pile defensively. Also there was Colton Donaldson. Second down and 5.
Wellborn seems like they're getting a little more push that time. Picked up five good yards right off tackle, right off the right side. And, you know, this is exactly what they need with 6 minutes, a little better than 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Mixon and Roden are the running backs. And they'll run Roden. Roden bounces off a tackler, but unable to get loose. Maybe to the 44 and nothing more. It will be third down. Jacob Clark was there defensively. Third down, we'll call it a long 4.
Jeff Wellborn shifted into the Notre Dame box. Didn't impress Piedmont too much, though. They came up and made a stop for no gain. And Wellborn used to run the Notre Dame box. That was their main offense. They still go to it in short yardage situations, certain situations.
Back in the Mike Battles days when Jeff Smith played for Coach Battles.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Third down and 4. Mixon wants to throw, does, picked off. Daughtry's got it at the 40. He returns it across the 45 up to the 46. Third turnover of the night by Wellborn on a 3rd and 5. Mixon is picked off by Daughtry, and it goes back to Piedmont, first down. Well, I know Coach Smith, he's right down here in front of us. Coach Jeff Smith. We have 2 Coach Smiths tonight, but it's got to seem like the twilight zone right now. Just nothing going right.
Well, deal killer there for the drive killer rather for the Wellborn Panthers, and Piedmont back again. Not quite as good a field position as they're used to starting in, but it's still very good.
They put it at the 43-yard line. That's where they will put the ball in play. Savage in motion. Savage gets the handoff. Speed sweep to Savage. He reverses his field. Uh-oh. He's in the open field. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown Piedmont. This play covers 57 yards. Savage, very first play from scrimmage following the turnover, and Piedmont in control of this one.
Jeff, there are no flags. Big play by Piedmont. And you'll just see speed sweep there and pretty good penetration by Wellborn, but he got turned inside, comes back across the field, and just really outruns everybody. 22, Corey Tigner there for Wellborn made a pretty good run at it, but just not quite the speed as Savage.
Lee Osment, head coach of Glencoe, called C.J. Savage the fastest man in 3A. No argument from here.
I believe that. I sure do.
Kick is up and good. Piedmont moves on top, 21-0. We'll be back on the Friday Night Network.
What sets Alabama Teachers Credit Union apart from anybody else is their loyalty to their customers. That's what I know dealing with them on a one-on-one basis is that's what they're for. They do everything to help you and ease the situation of borrowing even large amounts of money. They work options for you to better off your business. And I would recommend them to anyone.
Yet, do you, Jim?
21-0. Piedmont now leading a one-play 57-yard drive. The touchdown play was that one play, the 57-yard run by C.J. Savage. Now, Piedmont is a very good football team, Alan, and they don't need any help. I mean, Wellborn's really helping them out here in the opening half.
Wellborn has helped them. Penalties, fumbles, they just have had a rough go of it, and they're going to have to straighten all that out and then find a way to stop Piedmont, too.
Lusk will kick it away. Again, Mixon back deep. Wellborn just needs something big to happen, don't they? I mean, you can just see the body language on the players. It's just not the way they had it planned coming into tonight's game. End over end. Weatherly's got it at the 10, 20, 30, 34. 24-yard return. First down for Wellborn at the 34 as Cardavian Myers made the tackle.
Jeff, I believe I'm right on this. Wellborn has only been in Piedmont territory the one time, the last drive we had there. So they've got to pick it up somehow and get a turnover or something, get back in this game. Piedmont playing very well, though. You know, a lot of times the team just doesn't beat themselves. That's what Piedmont has not done. They've played a really good game.
34-yard line. McChristie calls his own number. 2 yards maybe to the 36.
Just nothing going there. McChristie went on a counter. The other backs went to the right and he goes left. Defense very well by Piedmont. He tried to plant and is a little slick out there and just not a good football play.
Going to go down to the field in just a moment and check in with Sarah. We'll get this second down call here. 2nd down and 8 at the 36-yard line. As Wellborn will send far left side Kendarius Weatherly. To the near side is Montgomery. Pumping once, McChristie under a lot of pressure. The ball is loose again. Piedmont may have it, but we'll let them unpile here. They've got the football. Piedmont has recovered it at the 30-yard line. Quickly down to the field. Sarah, what's going on?
Hey guys, it is a crazy ball game down here. There's been several turnovers by Wellborn. They've had to punt several times. Hopefully they can get back in the game here, but right now it's looking like Piedmont's game all the way. But keep it tuned in right here on Friday Night Network. Back to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Sarah. And at the 30-yard line, Wellborn wants and gets a timeout, and we'll take a break as well with Piedmont on top 21-0 on the Friday Night Network.
The politicians in Montgomery just don't get it. They're not fighting for us. Politicians like Del Marsh. Last year, Marsh wrote the law cutting $25 million from our schools, then rammed it through the legislature with no debate. Now Marsh is vowing to cut even more from our schools. We have to stop him. Fortunately, Taylor Stewart opposes additional cuts to our schools, and Taylor will fight to improve our classrooms so our kids can go to college. Taylor Stewart, he fights for Alabama's children.
21-0 the score. Wellborn calling timeout following yet another Wellborn turnover. You know, a week ago we saw Munford turn the ball over 4 times in the first half, and they were able to overcome those miscues and walk away a winner over Dadeville. Tonight, first half, Wellborn's turned it over 4 times, but boy, they got a bigger hill to climb than Munford did.
Difference is Wellborn is down 21 points right now, and Munford was down 12-6, I think, at the half, so they had a chance. And Wellborn does too, but they're going to have to really turn it around in a hurry.
Another possession for Piedmont, starting on Wellborn's side of the 50 at the 30. Hayes is back in at quarterback. They'll snap it to Hayes, and Hayes will run it himself to the 28. Just a 2-yard pickup on the play. Jamisio Elston made the tackle. 2nd down and 8 now for the Bulldogs, nearing the 4-minute mark.
Sort of a high snap, and Hayes did a nice job going up and getting that one. And again, he runs inside the tackles most of the time. Not a big gainer, but I tell you, fielding that snap was the biggest thing he did that time.
2nd down 8 at the 28. William Mitchell now into the game, wide right. Thompson to the left of Tyler Lusk, and Lusk will throw the football downfield. Pass is incomplete. Down near the goal line, pass intended for Mitchell Benefield. 3rd down and 8.
Pretty good coverage by Wellborn that time. It was a pretty well thrown ball, but it was into coverage, and which he shouldn't have thrown the ball, but tipped away by the Wellborn defense. And you know, they're trying to get more here late in the second quarter. I don't blame them.
Not at all. 3rd down inside the 30-yard line. Piedmont with the football. 4 turnovers by the home team here in the first half. Piedmont from the 28. Lusk. Pass. Savage got it. First down. Still on his feet at the 15. Fights his way inside the 10. Down he goes at the 9-yard line. Boy, one-on-one in the open field, you kind of like Savage in situations
as
like that.
As they say, Jeff, he's as quick as a hiccup.
Yeah.
And he left a couple of Wellborn Panthers in their tracks there. And if you'll look here, watch that little shake and another one there, and he almost gets away. Takes it on in. It looks like got down to about the 4.
First and goal for Piedmont, now inside the 10-yard line. Nearing the 3-minute mark. It's been all visitors in this one. They lead 21-0, and they're inside the 10-yard line looking for even more. Daughtry is wide far side. Thompson and Savage are to the near side, and that's Thompson in motion. Lusk looks, throws, pass, incomplete. Nobody out there. Incomplete pass.
Jeff, I didn't see a soul over there.
The officials are taking a long, hard look at it too, aren't they?
He threw it over there with the band. And I guess it was a good play, though.
Second down and goal at the 9-yard line for Piedmont.
Jeff, all that being outside the tackle box and all that, that's on Saturdays, is that right?
I
guess, I suppose.
Yeah. And Sundays.
Yep.
From the 9, second and goal. Again, operating out of the shotgun. Lusk again rolls near side, looks into the end zone, still looking. Under a lot of pressure. He releases the football and again throws it out of bounds. Daughtry was in the vicinity. Third down and goal at the 9.
I think the tuba player was over there in the vicinity too, and he's trying to complete one to him. But a nice play there, and just trying to find a way to get it in the end zone here before time runs out.
What about that Wellborn defense, Alan? I mean, how many times have they've been called upon tonight? I mean, they've stopped them a number of times, but I mean, my goodness, you can only ask so much out of those guys.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And Piedmont's had it on their end of the field, and they've had their backs against the wall just about the whole game.
Third and goal at the 9. High snap. West comes down with it, gives it to Thompson. Thompson, good open field tackle there. Montgomery takes him down at the 7-yard line. Just a pickup of 2.
Yeah, and just on the sweep out there, I think Montgomery really did make a nice tackle. That would have been a touchdown if he breaks that tackle there. And so it's just a stingy, tough Wellborn defense. A lot of pride here, and they know how important keeping them out of the end zone this time really is.
They will go for it here on 4th down. You know, they tried a 32-yard field goal in the first quarter when they got down there on 4th down, and it was wide right. This time they elect to go for it instead of trying for the 3. At the 7, 4th and goal. Pass into the end zone. Savage is out there. Savage is double covered. It's incomplete. And the Wellborn defense holds, keeping it a 3-score game.
Jeff, in hindsight, it's 2020, but Coach Smith from Piedmont might have been well served to have tried to kick a field goal right there. It's 4th down and 7. You might need to get to where you can make that field goal later on in the season, too.
Yeah, it's true. The ball goes back to Wellborn. Now they will start this possession rather deep in their own territory, back at the 7-yard line, and with their difficulties as far as holding on to the football, you certainly want to put a death grip on the ball this deep in your own territory. At the 7, McChristie takes and gives to Mixon. Mixon cuts it outside over the 10, and he'll scoot out of bounds at the 12.
Piedmont just has so much speed, Jeff, and the further he tried to bring it out here to the right side, and Piedmont just strung it out to the sideline just like you're supposed to. That was Thompson and Savage there that pushed him on out here. Just a really nice play by the Piedmont defense.
You see the 2 marks on the screen under Wellborn, meaning they have 2 timeouts here at their disposal in the final 149 of the first half, but still They got a lot of real estate in front of them as they scrimmage from their own 12-yard line. Christie, and they'll run the football. Mixon, no, check that. That's Roden. Roden, the ball carrier, and he's got a first down all the way out to the 27. It's a pickup of 15.
Wellborn has got a lot of speed and their backs. They just keep it between the tackles mainly. And of course, they're real physical. Sometimes that pays off on into the third and fourth quarters, but you can't get too far behind. Down 21 points right now. Wellborn needs points before the half if possible.
Split backfield behind, well, actually, he does not go down under center. The snap directly back to Mixon. He hands to Montgomery, and Jordan Montgomery maybe a yard to the 28-yard line. Blanchard there to make the stop, 2nd and 9.
Well, and again, this Piedmont defense, you're not going to outrun them to the corner. At least Wellborn hasn't done it tonight yet. And, you know, and Wellborn doesn't throw it very well, so just got to keep playing their game.
When the ball is snapped, we will be under a minute remaining in this first half. All Piedmont thus far. McChristie, pass intended on the near side. It falls incomplete. That pass was intended for Tigner. 3rd down 8 for Wellborn.
Not a very good pass. Ball's wet, and plus McChristie's kind of shaking his hand like it may be hurting a little bit too, but not much chance of completing that pass.
Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass with 50 ticks remaining. 3rd down. Now, if they are unable to convert this 3rd down, they'll punt it back to Piedmont. Piedmont has 3 timeouts remaining. McChristie looks him over. Play clock is under 10. This is Mixon. Mixon's got the first down. 42, 43-yard line. Blanchard there to make the stop, but again, it's a pickup of 14.
Just an inside handoff there, and good push, good blocking by the Wellborn offensive line. Could be that they're starting to figure out some things on this Piedmont defense and a way to get them blocked.
Clock is rolling. Again, Wellborn seems to really not be in no hurry at all here. First down call. Mixon. No gain. Bobbitt there to make the tackle. And now quickly Coach Jeff Smith wants and gets a timeout with a half-minute remaining. We will take a break as well on the Friday Night Network.
The politicians in Montgomery just don't get it. They're not fighting for us. Politicians like Del Marsh. Last year, Marsh wrote the law cutting $25 million from our schools, then rammed it through the legislature with no debate. Now Marsh is vowing to cut even more from our schools. We have to stop him. Fortunately, Taylor Stewart opposes additional cuts to our schools, and Taylor will fight to improve our classrooms so our kids can go to college. Taylor Stewart, he fights for Alabama's children.
21-0. I'm Jeff Ellison. He's Alan Parnell, and she is Sarah Hampton down on the field. Wellborn just calling a timeout. They have 1 remaining. When play resumes, it will be 2nd down and 10 for Wellborn at their own 42-yard line. They're out near midfield, Alan, kind of in that iffy type position on the field as far as, do you want to try and score or just take it to the locker room?
Well, and I think if I'm down 21, I'd be trying to get some points here. Of course, you don't want to turn it over and give them something easy to run in or anything like that. So you do have to be a little cautious, but I believe I'd be throwing something deep.
Looks like they will. They'll operate out of the shotgun. Landon McChristie rolls near side. McChristie will run it just 3 yards. Again, Bobbitt made the tackle.
You know, Jeff, just as McChristie looked like he was going to turn it up and get some big yardage, old Bobbitt comes out of nowhere and wrangles him down. So it's been that kind of night for Wellborn.
Wellborn uses their final timeout. We will take a final break here in the opening half. Piedmont leads by 21 on FNN.
Knowing what's going on in your house when you're away is difficult, but Alarm.com's video monitoring makes it simple. Say you're at work. With live streaming video from your house, you can see that the kids got home okay. Check in on your pets. And look in on your baby. Nice boat. You can even capture and download video to watch later and get video alerts sent straight to your phone. Make sure your home is powered by Alarm.com and see what's happening from anywhere. Alarm.com, your home in your hands.
Call Systems by Design. Simply smart security.
3rd down, 7, Wellborn at their own 45. Now this drive started at their own 7 after Piedmont went for it on 4th down, came up empty, so they've moved the football from their own 7 out to the 45, but still 3rd down and long here. Mixon will take the snap directly, and Mixon will lose a yard back to the 44. Michael Hayes there for the stop.
Jeff, I'm surprised that Piedmont's not calling a timeout to force Wellborn to punt, but they're just going to let time run on out. But on a wet night, sometimes you don't get that snap, and might have been an opportunity for Piedmont to get an easy one there.
Sarah Hampton is caught up with head coach Steve Smith of Piedmont. We'll try to get a word with Coach Smith. Let's go to Sarah right now.
Coach, you've got a great lead going into the halftime, and there have been several turnovers which have been key in this game. You've taken advantage of all of the turnovers like you should have.
Oh, not able to get anything out of that, missed a field goal, and then had 1st and goal with the 9. Coach, but I think they've turned it over 4 times in the first half, and we got to keep playing well on making them disappointed.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Sarah. And I mean, that's the story, Alan. It really is the first half turnovers.
Well, and also some pretty big plays by Piedmont as well.
Yeah.
Now they've broken a couple there, and Wellborn has just not been able to. I think Wellborn's longest run's been 7, 8, 9 yards, and Piedmont's had a couple a little longer than that.
Intermission is here. Bulldogs 21, Panthers nothing. Halftime activities are headed your way right here on the Friday Night Network.
Ooh, look at those toys. Insurance must be expensive.
Nah. I bet he's got an Allstate agent. They can save you up to 30% more by bundling your policies.
Well, his dog's stupid.
Poodles are one of the world's smartest breeds. Bundle and save with an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Call Alan Parnell at 256-831-8887 at the Parnell Insurance Agency on Snow Street in Oxford and in Tallapoosa, Georgia.
When you go online, you need speed, and you won't get it from AT&T Uverse. Think fast. Think Cable One high-speed internet. Just $35 a month for 50 megs of blazing speed. It's the speed you need for the best streaming. So call 855-CABLE-1 now. Think value. Think super speed, reliability, and low price. This internet offer includes a 30-day money-back guarantee, no contract, and no bundling. So call 855-CABLE-1 now.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic, they take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
Every security system has motion sensors, but how do you know what causes the motion? With Alarm.com's exclusive image sensor, it's simple. Say you're at work. When your home's wireless image sensor detects motion, it sends you a snapshot. So you know, it's your dog walker, your kids, your brother Jim. It works at night and when your system's armed or disarmed. Make sure your home is powered by Alarm.com and see what's going on. Alarm.com, your home in your hands.
For sales, service, and installation, call Systems by Design. Simply smart security.
Welcome back to the Hill on the campus of Wellborn High School. Halftime, Piedmont on top 21-0. Let's go to the field and enjoy the Piedmont High School Marching Band. The Piedmont High School marching band performing here on the hill at halftime, and the Piedmont band members, I'm sure, got smiles on their faces, not only because of their outstanding performance, but their football team's on top by 21 here at the break, 21-0 the score. And Alan, we'll take a look at some of the highlights, and there the first touchdown of the night, the 35-yard run by Drake Thompson right down the sideline.
Well, and Jeff, he is as advertised, just lots of speed and tough to get, and there's a Wellborn turnover, which is really the story of the first half, and just losing one, and there's a missed field goal by Piedmont. McChristie there, and a pass breakup. Just, well, Wellborn doesn't do well from behind, and having to throw the football, they're a little out of their element, Jeff.
There's another touchdown run by Drake Thompson, his second of the night. They moved on top 14-0. And here, Allen, he reverses his field, C.J. Savage.
Well, and just look at this speed now. 22 for Wellborn there is Tigner, and he's got a lot of speed, but he was pulling away from him as he went down the field.
Another turnover right there.
Yeah, Wellborn is just ball, taking care of the ball, and they're just not doing a good job with that. And there's now I don't think Piedmont actually scored on this drive. Wellborn stopped them.
Yeah, and then the final possession of the first half, there you see Wellborn. They were able to run the football, but just ran out of time.
Well, and they just couldn't string those first downs together. And I tell you, at times Piedmont's been great defensively, and they've given up a first down here and there. But they were definitely the better team in the first half.
A quick break, and we'll be back with more of our halftime on the Friday Night Network.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us.
Of course I love him. And he's never late.
I'm just so happy.
He always seems to know the right thing to do. It's not easy to find someone like that.
Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad. Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that taking pictures of your belongings helps when you have a claim? Nice. Or that Farmers offers a policy that'll replace your car with a new one if it's totaled within the first 2 model years. And that parking near a street lamp deters thieves. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Del Marsh is not telling you the truth. Fact is, Taylor Stewart opposes nearly all of Barack Obama's policies. So why is Del Marsh lying about Taylor Stewart? So Marsh can hide his record of cutting millions from our public schools and his failure to create jobs or reduce our sky-high unemployment rate. The bottom line, Taylor Stewart will be an independent senator who will do what Del Marsh hasn't done, create jobs and improve our schools.
All Piedmont in the first half as they lead by 21. Halftime on the hill. Friday Night Network coverage of high school football, and let's return to the field. Here's the Wellborn Panther marching band. The band director is David Hobbs. And there you see the Walter Wellborn High School marching band. Again, after 24 minutes of action, it is 21-0. Piedmont on top of this one. And at halftime, I'm sure Coach Jeff Smith of Wellborn, Allen, is talking to his troops about holding on to the football, the importance of holding on to the football.
I don't think there's any question about that, Jeff. And I mean, if they don't have any turnovers, no question Piedmont has outrushed them. But, you know, we'd be a 2-touchdown game instead of a 3-touchdown. Could have been a 4-touchdown game. They had it down there on the 7 and didn't score. Take your hats off to the Wellborn defense. But ball security, very important, and they haven't done it.
And that's always the case, it seems. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, really, that penalties hurt Wellborn and aided Piedmont in many ways. And you add penalties to turnovers, and, boy, that's just a tough combination to overcome.
When you think about that, Jeff, at 21-0, they're probably fortunate that it's not worse than that. Because there were times that Piedmont had the ball on Wellborn's half of the field, got it. And, you know, the whole first half there.
Yeah, it really is. And again, Piedmont scoring at the 2:50 mark of the first quarter on the 35-yard run by Drake Thompson. That capped off a 79-yard drive. 37-yard drive in the second quarter at the 8:15 mark. Thompson scored his second touchdown of the evening, making it 14-0, and then Savage with that long run to make it 21-0. We are looking forward to next Friday night. We will be at Joan Ford Stadium as 2 top 5 teams in Class 1A will be meeting for the Region 5 title. You see it on the screen right there. Donahoe and Raglan, the Falcons and the Purple Devils. That will be our game of the week next Friday night. We'll drop down to the 1A class, but even though it's 1A, Allen, that's 2 quality ball clubs.
Oh, those are 2 very good 1As, and Coach Felder there at Donahoe has really got them going, and Raglan, I don't know if you noticed it, Raglan wins in every sport they play. Girls softball, basketball, it's just volleyball. They're good in every sport, and football year in, year out, they're always good, and they're undefeated right now, as is Donahoe.
They really are. Donahoe's playing Wadley tonight. Now, next week, that game will be played over in St. Clair County at Joan Ford Stadium at Raglan High School. And Donahoe, in the history of the school, even when they were known as Anniston Academy, they've never defeated Raglan at Raglan.
Wow. So this could be the year. This is a very good Donahoe school team going over there, and this may be the year to do it, but they're going to have to do it. Those Purple Devils are tough.
That might be our best game of the year, and boy, we've had some good ones this year too, but that is one we will definitely be looking forward to 168 hours from now as Raglan and Donahoe will square off there in Raglan, Alabama. You see on the screen right now the officials are talking with school officials. That is Randy Lovern talking with the school officials of Wellborn High School, and I tell you why. We may, and I hate to jump the gun here, Alan, but we may have a weather delay because we have got, I don't know my directions here, but over there we have some lightning going on, and it seems to be getting closer and closer.
That would be northwest, and that's sort of toward Alexandria from here in that direction, and not nearly that far though. It's not. It's probably. I saw a big bolt of lightning out there a while ago. Haven't seen any more. That's the Wellborn principal. I don't know his name. I met him earlier on the way in, but I'm sure that he would like to get this game in, but certainly don't want to get anybody hurt. Lightning's a scary thing, Jeff.
It really is. I mean, you see the play clock there, or the game clock, at 3 minutes remaining in our halftime, and then we would be set to start the third quarter. But I'm not going out on a limb when I say I doubt very seriously we're going to start this second half in 3 minutes, because as you saw the officials down on the end zone, they are discussing matters. I know they are in touch with the National Weather Service, and they're getting the latest updates as far as what may be headed our way as far as weather is concerned. I know you're going to check on things right now, Alan, but you know, the guys can play in the rain, they can play in high winds, but you don't play in lightning.
Jeff, I'm looking here, and we've got pretty good rainstorm headed our way, and looks like it may be a, I don't know, 20-30 minute deal, and looks like there's some lightning in that. So and it's coming our way, should be, and it's the wind is picking up a little bit, as it will do just prior to a storm getting here.
Yeah, and what you're looking at too is, as far as radar is concerned, they have those many colors. Green is okay, but when you get that yellow and red colored stuff, that's the heavy stuff.
Yellow and red's headed our way right now, Jeff.
Yeah, that it really is, and you can see some of the crowd that's maybe making their way to the exits, maybe going to their cars or headed for shelter, really. And we can certainly understand that. The public address announcer has just made an announcement. I didn't hear the official announcement, but it was weather related. So, and I understand also, Alan, that of course this game is going to be affected by the weather, it seems, but this is not the only one that will be affected.
Munford-Childersburg playing again, so they've probably already had what we're about to get, and they're playing, and I think they were delayed 30 minutes or so. So I don't know if that's what we might expect. Fairly quick moving front, I hope, and we'll hope for that right now. But it looks like that Piedmont and Wellborn bands are making arrangements to get out of the weather too, because it's on its way.
21-0 at halftime. Piedmont on top of Wellborn, and we'll step aside, take another break right here on the Friday Night Network.
We build things that work the way you wish they would. Like a front-end loader you can detach from your seat. Or a mower deck you just drive over and cut through knee-deep grass no problem. Yep, we thought the same thing you did. That's why we build them this way. That's how we run. Nothing runs like a deer.
At the Teachers Credit Union, of course, everybody, it's actually like a family. I know that's probably what everyone says, but when I walk in, they know me by name, and that matters so much to us. We're different. We look different. The credit union knows my business. They know where I work. They understand what I'm doing. And because of that, it allows for me to be able to work in a business world that I would otherwise not be capable of working in.
The Friday Night Network's Game of the Week. We find ourselves on the hill here tonight in week number 8 of the 2014 season, and it's 21-0. Piedmont, the visitors, leading Wellborn after 24 minutes of action. And we, speaking of 24 minutes, we're going to have about a 24-minute delay here. And we are scheduled according, I talked with a public address announcer just a moment ago, and Sarah will be attempting to speak with officials here, school officials, as far as the weather. But the last we heard, we'll make an attempt to get this game restarted at 8:48. So I don't have my watch or anything in front of me, but Alan, I think that's just what, about 20 minutes, 20 or so.
Minutes. We got about 20 minutes, guys, from down here in the truck.
Okay, so this will be a rather lengthy halftime, and it's not only well, it's due to the weather. I mean, and we talked about a number of games in the area have witnessed or experienced delays tonight, and that's what we are experiencing right now. But it's a good thing, and by that I mean it's a safety measure the Alabama High School Athletic Association has put in, and it's for the safety of the kids, the fans, the players, the band members, and all involved. And certainly we can be patient while the weather does what it has to do.
Well, and Jeff, you never know, that may give the Wellborn Panthers time to draw up something, get some points there in the second half. Who knows? But I know they're disappointed in the first half. It just hadn't gone, and they prepared very, very hard for this. And big game with playoff implications, and it just hadn't gone their way. And now this weather's going to come in and make it tough on everybody. And normally when that happens, you see the ball on the ground even more.
You can see the concession stand area right now. Hey, those guys are open. They'll still sell you a hot dog. But again, the bleachers, the across the way where the Piedmont fans have gathered, it's not totally empty, but I think about 60-70% of the fans there have made their way to the exits. And Sarah Hampton is down on the field, and she has an update, and she can maybe bring us up to date as far as what we've got to look forward to.
Delay here due to the weather, so just talk about that a little bit and what's going on.
Well, really focused on the kids first, safety first. So we're gonna hold the game until we see no more lightning. Okay. Anytime you see air to ground lightning, we've got to delay the game, and so that's we have officials out here and game administrators making that call of whether to delay or call the game. So right now we're delaying the game until we're safe. How about that?
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much, and back to you, Jeff.
All right, thanks, Sarah, for that update. And lightning's not something to laugh at, is it?
Oh,
I mean,
no,
it's a serious thing. It's something that you better take a lot of safety measures to make sure you're safe as far as staying away from that stuff.
You know, Jeff, it's interesting how much smarter we are. I was at an Auburn, Alabama game years ago in 1983, I believe, and one of the worst storms I've ever seen came up, and nobody left. Everybody stayed there, and that was real foolish because one bolt of lightning could have killed several hundred probably there. But and I think that very same storm, tornado came over here to Oxford and hit the Blue Pond Plaza, and several people were killed there.
That's the Sky City area.
Sky City area. That's exactly right. So that's been a while ago. You got to have a little age to recall all that. Jeff, not saying that you have any of that, but
I do.
I have more than you do, actually, by a couple of years.
Oh, Alan, Jeff is older than the bleachers here.
Where's that put me and you, Jim?
It is.
We
so
won't
true.
talk about that. I have a question for you, Alan, while we're in this delay, because we've got Dadeville in front of Leeds down there in Dadeville tonight. That's going to create a three-way tie if that holds up. What happens next?
Boy, Jim, I don't know. Munford is behind Childersburg right now, 7-6, which would break that tie. It wouldn't be a tie, but I think Dadeville and Leeds, apparently, it's a pretty good matchup for Dadeville defensively. They're just really good, and their defensive backs are pretty quick, and just what Leeds does so well, Dadeville matches up pretty well with that.
So if Munford loses to Childersburg, that would probably put Dadeville out front, wouldn't it?
Well, but they've still got a loss to Munford. So, but Munford would have two losses there.
Right.
And I guess that would put, that would put Dadeville out front, because head-to-head they would have it over Leeds.
Boy, what an upset that would be if the Green Wave go down tonight, because I'm telling you, and I think Jeff would echo this, he wasn't feeling very well, but I know he saw the same thing I did up at Piedmont. This Piedmont team looks pretty good here tonight, but they were just in another time zone with Leeds.
That's right, Jim. That was a Thursday night game too, and that final was 42-18, and Leeds was as advertised that night. I mean, they played a great game.
No question about it. And as we move on toward the playoffs here, there's a lot of questions still to be answered here in the next couple of weeks. The last Friday, well, actually the last week of the season, a lot of teams are going to play on Thursday night because of Halloween falling on Friday. So we're going to finish up with Glencoe and Heflin. And Alan, that should be an interesting one, because if Glencoe holds serve, they're going to be playing for an undefeated season in a game that really won't matter.
Well, but it will matter. I can tell you that being undefeated is a big deal, and that doesn't happen very often. So, but they'll be playing Cleburne County, and we've talked about that. in my opinion, in years that I've seen Cleveland County Tigers, it's time to beat them in those first few games. Once they get rolling there toward the end, they're pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah, and they've only suffered one loss so far.
They lost to Munford the first game, and who do they have tonight? I'd seen that earlier.
I believe it's Sardis. Don't they step?
Right.
I believe it is Sardis.
They'll probably win that one, but I think they and Sachs are on a collision course.
That's next week.
Yeah, and that'll be a whale of a game.
Yep, no doubt about it. And of course, if Sachs wins that one, they're on target to have their second undefeated regular season in a row. That's pretty big.
Yeah. That's big. That's big. That doesn't come around very often. Usually you stumble somewhere along the way. And they just got great players. I've not seen them play, but I've read an awful lot about them and talked to a lot of people that have. And they're really great. And it'd be interesting to see them in Leeds. But, hey, this Dadeville thing, well, don't be surprised, though. There's a whole lot of football left to play. And holding them 14-7 for a half, let's see how it goes the second half.
And Alan, I don't know if you saw the Dadeville's coach's interview following the ball game last week, but he was not a happy camper. And I'm sure he lit them up this week, and apparently in the right kind of way, because it looks like Dadeville came out tonight with a purpose.
Well, and they know something about winning down there. They've been winning for the last 8 or 10 years, and over the last 30 or 40 years they win most years, but the last 10 they've been very good. And so don't be surprised if that didn't happen. And that second half will be interesting down there at Dadeville tonight.
Well, the last 6 years, they've had double-digit wins every year at Dadeville. They've won 66 games in the last 6 years.
That's phenomenal.
Well, when they strap it on, they expect to win. I mean, it's just that simple. And, there's a bunch here tonight that is exactly the same way, this Piedmont Bulldog team. And, we saw them in a couple of games this season. They were obviously in the Glencoe game, but the Leeds game just didn't go their way at all. But tonight, Coach Steve Smith's got them out here with a purpose as well, and they're playing for basically second place and the right to host at the Field of Champions, and do what Piedmont normally does, and that's just keep on trucking.
And teams like Wellborn and when I coached here with Mike Battles, is very much what you see out of Jeff Smith right now. Not a lot of long runs. Normally it was these long drives, 8-10 play drives, sometimes more than that. And but you can't turn the football over, and that's what has hurt Wellborn tonight. Football's a little wet. You still got to secure it. Still got to play. And the penalties have just really killed them. So I'm sure Coach Smith hopes they get going here in the second half pretty soon, because he can't live with the way it's been going right now.
Well, and tonight for Wellborn, this was a game that I view, Alan, as one of those could be program defining games. There's always somebody, if you're trying to take a program and go to the upper echelons in high school football, there's always somebody you got to beat.
Right.
And for Wellborn, it's this Piedmont bunch. There's no doubt about that. They're in the same region now, and sooner or later, if Wellborn wants to be a perennial top 10 team like Piedmont, they're gonna have to knock this bunch off, and right now they've shot themselves in the foot big time in this ball game with the turnovers. I don't know how much the weather had to do with that, but they've certainly dropped the ball on the ground quite a bit.
Well, whatever it's done, it may get a little bit worse, although I've been expecting rain for the first few minutes. I see the Wellborn team out loosening up now, so that may mean that they've looked at the forecast and feel like that we're going to get this thing started here in the next 8 or 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, the officials certainly wouldn't let them be out on the field if they were concerned, and right now it looks like Wellborn's out and ready to get warmed up, and we're about 10 minutes away from that 9:45 mark, or 8:45 mark that the officials talked about earlier.
Don't see Piedmont out yet. Maybe they'll get them headed this way, but I would have expected we'd have rain by this time, and none, so maybe that means it's going to miss us. I hope so.
Well, I just had one of the camera guys tell me in my ear he felt raindrops, but in looking at the radar, it looks like it might skirt north of us. I mean, we might just get lucky.
Boy, that'd be a great thing. We got, as we said earlier, really good shower before the game here, and for what, 20-30 minutes, really hard. And and again, it's kept the ball damp. Seen a few people sliding down, but nothing real tough to play in. And both teams have to play in it too. But you just hope that that we'll get this second half in without too many delays.
Alan, how surprised are you at what we've seen so far in this game?
Well, I would have thought that Wellborn would have contained the big plays. Piedmont's had some. They've not had an awful lot of them. But the turnovers, normally I can tell you Coach Smith works on that ball security a whole lot with Wellborn, because that's part of their game. They have to be able to drive the ball 10, 12 plays and able to get, in order to get most of their scores. And to turn it over after 1 or 2 plays like they've done a couple of times, that's not them.
The two things that have surprised me the most, obviously, turnovers is top of the list. Sometimes you just can't help that it happens. But the other thing is Piedmont has really just shut them down, Wellborn down offensively. I mean, they just really haven't been able to do much at all, and that's got to change if they've got any hope to get back into this thing.
Wellborn hasn't been able to put many first downs together. First of all, they hadn't got many first downs, but the ones they've gotten, it'll be 1 first down and then, or 1 6 or 8 yard play, and then they'll have 2 stops at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield. So Piedmont doing a good job, and they're getting a lot of penetration in the Wellborn offensive front, and I'll assure you that's not according to plan for Wellborn.
All right, well, we are in a rain delay. If you're tuning in to find out what the score is, it is all Piedmont right now. The Bulldogs have control of this one, 21-0 here in the first half. We're in a weather delay because of lightning in the area. The officials decided to suspend things. I thought the Wellborn halftime performance was a little on the short side for the band, Alan, but I guess they got the get off the field notice or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. As soon as they came off, they didn't hang around on the sideline like they normally do. They got on out, and I'm sure that everybody's in the cars. I haven't seen too many cars pull away. I think they're waiting to see what the weather's going to do and then come back in the game. I also see the Piedmont team making their way through the gate and up into the stadium here too. So we'll be playing football here pretty soon unless we see some more lightning in the area.
All right, we're going to grab another quick break, and we will be back hopefully with second half action when we continue live here tonight from the Hill. It's Piedmont 21-0 at Wellborn at the half.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we're proud to be a part of the excitement of high school football games by providing emergency on-site services for local high school games.
Anniston EMS provides this area with skilled, innovative, and dependable emergency care. As the area's only public safety company, Anniston EMS features dedicated employees who provide patients the highest quality pre-hospital care available. When you see Anniston EMS, you're seeing the best care possible.
Play hard and be safe from all of us at Anniston EMS.
Mizell Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the areas of Calhoun, Talladega, Cleburne, and Etowah County for over 14 years. Commercial, residential, central heat and air, ductwork, indoor air quality, we do it all. Voted Anniston Star's Reader's Choice in 2013. Be sure to ask about available rebates and tax credits. Mizell Heating and Air Conditioning, the name to know for your heating and air conditioning needs. Mizell.
We build things that work the way you wish they would. Like a front-end loader you can detach from your seat. Or a mower deck you just drive over and cut through knee-deep grass no problem. Yep, we thought the same thing you did. That's why we build them this way. That's how we run. Nothing runs like a deer.
The Blitz is on! Save thousands during the Bill Stanford Automotive Full-Out Blitz in Talladega. We're smashing all sales records, and you save like never before on every Cadillac, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram on our lot. Score big as we close out all remaining 2014 inventory to make room for the 2015 models. All prices have been smashed. Hurry for best selection. It's the Full-Out Blitz at Bill Stanford Automotive, East Alabama's Automotive Superstore. On the web at billstanford.com.
Welcome back to the Hill. We will play more football tonight, just a matter of when. And based on the weather, and of course you see some rainfall now and see the umbrellas out, but still we can play in the rain. It's not the lightning we want to stay away from. Again, taking a look at the first half highlights, the first score of the game, that's a 79-yard drive capped off by that 37-yard run by Drake Thompson. The ensuing kickoff, the fumble, Piedmont there to fall on it. And boy, turnover after turnover. They did miss a field goal following that Wellborn turnover, so they came up empty. There's an incomplete pass on third down, a big play that would have given Wellborn a first down. And then C.J. Savage had about 4 pass receptions in the game. Allen, the second touchdown of the night by Drake Thompson. There's the run by Savage.
Well, Jeff, they're just explosive and just more speed. Wellborn's got a little speed, but Piedmont has a lot, and it's been obvious here in the first half. And McChristy just been struggling to set up and throw the football, and got hit, fumble there. And no doubt Tyler Lusk has thrown the football pretty well, done a good job running this offense for Piedmont.
Wellborn able to run the football. Really, their final drive there, the first half, were able to get good yardage on the ground, but still they have nothing to show for it here at the half as they trail. You see it, 21-0. Another break. We'll be back and hopefully be playing football very soon from the Hill. You're watching the Friday Night Network.
At the Teachers Credit Union, of course, everybody, it's actually like a family. I know that's probably what everyone says, but when I walk in, they know me by name, and that matters so much to us. We're different. We look different. The credit union knows my business. They know where I work. They understand what I'm doing. And because of that, it allows for me to be able to work in a business world that I would otherwise not be capable of working in.
The politicians in Montgomery just don't get it. They're not fighting for us. Politicians like Del Marsh. Last year, Marsh wrote the law cutting $25 million from our schools, then rammed it through the legislature with no debate. Now Marsh is vowing to cut even more from our schools. We have to stop him. Fortunately, Taylor Stewart opposes additional cuts to our schools, and Taylor will fight to improve our classrooms so our kids can go to college. Taylor Stewart, he fights for Alabama's children.
Ooh, look at those toys.
Insurance must be expensive.
Nah.
I bet he's got an Allstate agent. They can save you up to 30% more by bundling your policies.
Well, his dog's stupid.
Poodles are one of the world's smartest breeds. Bundle and save with an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Call Alan Parnell at 256-831-8887 at the Parnell Insurance Agency on Snow Street in Oxford and in Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center. Advanced technology, advanced care.
And we're ready for second half action from the hill. The weather hopefully will stay away. Now we do have rainfall. We can live with that though, can't we, Alan?
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Haven't seen any lightning in a little while, Jeff. That's a good sign. Looks like these officials are ready to get this thing going.
And Piedmont will get the football first here in the second half with a 21-point lead. Montgomery, it's a squibber that's picked up at the 25. And it's returned over the 30-35 up near the 36-yard line. It's an 11-yard return by Drake Thompson. And Piedmont now will have the football first down at their own 36, leading by 21.
Jeff, you know, it's interesting. Odd things happen when it rains like this. If I'm a team and I'm down, nothing good's happening. A little rain couldn't hurt a thing, you know. Yeah. So we may get some things out of Piedmont we wouldn't normally get either.
Yeah, Wellborn would welcome a change of atmosphere,
yes,
I would think. All right, here we go. Piedmont first down at their own 36. Just underway, second half action following a lengthy weather delay at halftime. That's Drake Thompson. Spins his way to the 39 for a gain of 3. McChristie there to make the stop from his linebacker position.
Just off tackle, you tell it's a little hard to cut, and of course they say it's to the advantage of the runner because he knows where he's going and the tackler doesn't, but picked up about 3 or 4 yards there, and I think we'll see a whole lot of those kinds of runs the rest of the way here. Don't think we'll see too many passes thrown when it's this damp.
Second down and 7. Play clock is at 10. As Lusk looks him over from the 39. High snap. Thompson, first down and more. Down the far boundary, 40. 35-30. McChristie will push him out of bounds, but not before Thompson moves inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. That's a 36-yard run, and there you see him again. He's right down the far boundary with 36 yards more.
Thompson, I mean, Jeff, as they say in horse racing, he's a good mutter. He may be pretty good in the wet as well, and he's a good back, wet or dry, I got a feeling.
First down, Piedmont at the 26 of Wellborn. This drive started at their own 36. In 2 plays, they've moved down to the 26 of Wellborn. Snap back to Lusk. This is Alexander. Losing yardage. Back to the 28. It's a loss of 2. McChristie and Montgomery were there defensively. Second down and 12.
Boy, McChristie with a really hard hit there for the Wellborn quarterback, as we mentioned earlier, is a really good defensive player too. And he put a pretty good lick and lost a couple of yards for Piedmont that time.
I know we're early on in the third quarter in this one, Alan, but looks like already Piedmont is just going to bleed the play clock as much as they can and shorten the game.
Well, and I don't blame them for that either, and because you don't know what this weather's going to do, and we were looking at the radar a little earlier. There's some heavier stuff coming.
Second down, Lusk to throw. Deep downfield, pass is in and out of the hands. He had it for a moment. That pass thrown to Daughtry down near the goal line. He was hit hard and unable to hold on to it.
Jeff, I thought he had that ball just in, and of course it came out as he was going down, but really good throw by Lusk. And Daughtry actually had it in his hands, and on the way down, he was trying to put it away, and it got away from him. But, you know, on a dry field, dry night, that's a touchdown.
Third down and 12 at the 28. Pass was maybe just a little bit thrown behind him, and he had to reach back for it, but still, I'm sure Daughtry would be the first to tell you he should have held on to that one.
Pretty good defense by Wellborn. There was, I believe that was Montgomery on the defense there, and had good position.
Second down, Drake Thompson. He's in trouble. He's back at the 30-yard line, taken down right there. Again, McChristie was there along with Jake Thrasher. So the last 3 plays, Piedmont's gone the wrong way. It's netted them a negative 4 yards. 4th and 14 now at the 30.
Well, and that's why it was a little bit of surprise to see Thompson get loose on that 40-yard run that he had earlier. But you know, I don't think we'll see them try a field goal here. They'll just try to run something pretty vanilla and try to pick up this first down here.
The rain continues to fall. Lusk is still at the far sideline, and the play clock is at 5, and they will use a timeout right here as they were about to get a delay call. So, timeout on the field. There's 9:22 remaining and the third period. Piedmont still leads by 21 on the Friday Night Network.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99 and then bring it in for free refills throughout the year. That's right, free popcorn for a full year. Your locally owned and operated Grub Mart, in business for over 72 years.
21-0 Piedmont leads when play resumes. 4th down 14 for Piedmont at Wellborn's 30-yard line. And Alan, you kind of have the feeling that for Wellborn to have any chance of coming back in this one, they've got to hold them right here on 4th down.
Oh yeah, I think so. And then they really need to turn it around and get some points here in the third quarter. And points are going to be hard to come by. But I got a feeling, and defensively they've given up a big play here, but I got a feeling that this Wellborn team was very good to come out the second half and get away from Coach Smith for a while. I think he was probably letting them know what he thought about that first half.
3rd down 14 at the Wellborn 30. Piedmont needs the 16-yard line. 4 wide receivers into the game, 2 either side. Lusk with time, steps up, pass. He's hit from behind as he released the football. It will be an incomplete pass as Corey Tigner made contact with Lusk just as he was about to turn it loose. Incomplete, and the Wellborn defense holds.
Boy, Jeff, that ball was fluttering out there. A couple of Wellborn players were right there close by. Could have possibly intercepted that one, run it back for 6. So it's going to take a play like that to get Wellborn back in this game.
So Wellborn football for the first time tonight in the second half. They will scrimmage from their own 30 down by 21. This Class 3A Region 6 matchup tonight. The Bulldogs and the Panthers. First down call. Mixon loses a yard back to the 29.
Just not much running room there, and Mixon doing the best he can, but Piedmont got great penetration there, and Wellborn lost 1 or 2 on that first play there, and I'm sure that's not what they talked about at the half.
Not at all. Austin Brazier was there to make the stop for Piedmont. It will be 2nd down and 11 now for the Panthers. Mixon's a type that you feel that if he can get into the open field, he can make something happen, but that's been the most difficult part of it, is getting away from these guys.
Oh yeah, they're all around him.
2nd down call. There goes Mixon again. Got a bit of a hole and is able to pick up maybe 5 on the play from the 29 out to the 34.
Jeff, that looked like Thompson on the stop over there for Piedmont, so he's good on both sides of the ball. Also, Cardavian Myers on that stop there for Piedmont.
It's 3rd down and 6 at the 34. Crowd is filing in for the second time tonight. The weather delay at halftime, a lot of folks seeking shelter, and now they are making their way back to the stadium. This is Mixon with a first down for Wellborn. Running to the near side, he needed the 40 and he got the 41, so a 7-yard pickup on 3rd and 6 will move the chains.
Mixon trying to get to the corner and finally did get around enough for the first down, but again, the speed we've talked about from Piedmont, they're not going to let him get out there very far. Plenty of Bulldogs around the ball, but I know Wellborn's glad to get that first down out here in the second half for them.
Weatherly checks into the lineup. Coach Jeff Smith's Panthers on the offensive side, and from the 41, 1st and 10 Wellborn. Weatherly and Montgomery, the sophomore, wide left. Roden inside. 4 yards, 5 yards to the 46. Second down.
Good run by Roden, twisting inside, spinning, doing everything he can, and good pickup there. And looked like Anthony Alexander on the stop there for one of several Piedmont Bulldogs on that stop there. So it's pretty physical out there right now.
Second down, Wellborn from their own 46. Again inside to the 50. I think that's Roden again. Will be short of the first down, 3rd down and 1 at the 50.
Michael Hayes in on that stop there. Also Thompson for Piedmont, and 3rd in the yard. And you may see them go for it on 4th down here too, Jeff, if they need to.
They need the Piedmont 49. Split backfield behind McChristie. Quarterback sneak. He'll be close. He got a good spot. I think he'll have it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. That was an excellent spot. He was twisting and pushing, and just he's a pretty big kid too. So first down, that's 2 in a row for Wellborn, trying to string them together.
At the 49-yard line, they will move the chains. Wellborn with a 1st and 10. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. No scoring here in the 2nd half. Piedmont with 1 possession, and they on a 4th down and 14 from the Wellborn 30. They went for it. Incomplete pass is given it back to Wellborn, and now the Panthers have driven to the 49, and they give it to Mixon, and Mixon will be stopped for, well, maybe a 1-yard pickup to the 48, and that is all. Again, Bobbitt's there defensively.
Yeah, nothing doing there, and Bobbitt, and also got a little help from Jonathan Lucas, and just tough on the inside, and that's really how Piedmont has done. You know, they'll give up a little, then they'll close the door and come up with a big play like the one we just saw.
You know, sometimes fans get impatient, want their team like Wellborn right here to score in a hurry, but Wellborn's bread and butter is running the football.
Right.
From the 48, 2nd down and 9. Near side, Roden now cuts back. Gets to the 45. It's a pickup of about 3 more. And again, Wellborn will be facing another 3rd down. This time they'll need 6.
Pull the guard that time to lead the play, and Roden got out just a little ahead of him. And if the lead blocker could have gotten there and gotten a hat on somebody out front, might have picked up a few more yards. So we're in 4-down territory, though. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Weatherly to the left, Jordan Montgomery to the bottom of your screen. McChristie pass is batted into the air, incomplete. Alexander, the linebacker, got a hand on it, falls to the turf, and it's 4th down.
Fortunate that one was not intercepted. They were trying to go to Corey Tigner, and Alexander got a hand on it, could have intercepted it, knocked it up in the air. 2 or 3 other Piedmont Bulldogs had a shot at it.
4th down and 6 at the 45-yard line. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass, and looks as though we talked about 4-down territory, but I think Wellborn is sent in the punting unit. So apparently they'll punt it away here.
Well, and Coach Smith may be thinking that we're in one of those kind of games where if they can back them up, may get a turnover down there close.
Yeah, kind of playing a field position game right now.
Yep.
And now Coach Jeff Smith wants and gets a timeout. He may have second thoughts here as he will spend one of his 3 timeouts here in the 2nd half. We will take a timeout as well on the Friday Night Network.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
4th down and 6 for Wellborn at the Piedmont 45-yard line when play resumes. And again, Wellborn looks like their punting unit remains on the field. The number 1 ranked team in 4A, the Leeds Green Wave, in trouble tonight, Allen, down in Tallapoosa County.
14-7 still is the score there in Dadeville, and that's a whale of a game there.
Punt formation for Wellborn. That's Cup, Chandler Cup. Piedmont sends no one back deep. They'll just let it roll, and it does. Inside the 20, 15, it'll roll dead at the 13-yard line. And from there, it will be Piedmont football. You know what Coach Jeff Smith is thinking? He's relying on his defense one more in hopes of a 3 and out and get the ball right back near midfield.
Or, Jeff, a turnover. I mean, a lot of things can happen down there. What they can't do is give up a big play. They can't give up the field position, and they need a short field situation somehow so that they can get a couple of scores here and make a game of it here with a quarter and a little less than a half to go.
And Steve Smith, head coach of Piedmont, you know what he's in search of here. Just hold on to the football and the old cliche, the long sustained drive. That's what he'd love to see right here.
Just run that clock and keep the football.
Savage wide right. Running backs either side of Tyler Lusk from their own 13-yard line. Lusk will take and give to Thompson, and down he goes back inside the 10. At the 8-yard line. Big play defensively there as Piedmont loses about 4.
DJ Roden, the linebacker for the Wellborn Panthers, on a stunt there and made a tackle for a several-yard loss. I don't know, it's about 6 or 7 yards, 5 yards, I guess. And a real big play. Now, Coach Smith, Jeff Smith's going to have to be happy with that, because if they can hold them down there and get a punt, they may get the ball on this side of the 50. But again, Piedmont's going to try to punch out a first down.
Be surprised if Piedmont throws here, Allen?
I would be, but they were throwing on the other end of the field. I think you'll see them be pretty conservative down here.
Second down, and high snap from center. Hayes back in the end zone. Wellborn says they have it. If they do, it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Panthers. You called it, Allen, in hopes of a turnover or something down there. It happened, and Wellborn is on the scoreboard.
I believe that was Corey Tigner that got on it.
There's a look at it.
Oh, here we go. And, Montgomery was on part of that play there. And but the snap was high. That was the problem to begin with, and several Piedmont Bulldogs were there on top of it. But I believe that was Tigner that came out with it, and a big play by Wellborn. And looks like they're going to be kicking the extra point here.
It's Jordan Montgomery in for the extra point out of the hold of Landon McChristie. 21-6, the defense of Wellborn putting points on the board. The extra point is up, and it is between the sticks good. Timeout on the field with 4 minutes remaining, third quarter. We got a ball game once more. Piedmont leads by 14 on the Friday Night Network.
Del Marsh is not telling you the truth. Fact is, Taylor Stewart opposes nearly all of Barack Obama's policies. So why is Del Marsh lying about Taylor Stewart? So Marsh can hide his record of cutting millions from our public schools and his failure to create jobs or reduce our sky-high unemployment rate. The bottom line, Taylor Stewart will be an independent senator who will do what Del Marsh hasn't done, create jobs and improve our schools.
1-7. It's now 14-point advantage for Piedmont. And boy, if Wellborn needed a big play, well, they just got it right there. Compliments of their defense.
Well, and again, Coach Smith could have gone for it on 4th and whatever, 5, I guess it was, but he decided to punt, and one big play for a 5-yard loss, and then the high snap, and really good, tough, stingy defense there, recovered it for a touchdown, and they're back in it.
And we've seen a number of high snaps tonight. I mean, Lusk and Hayes both at quarterback, they had to go high into the air, but that time they just didn't go high enough.
I'll tell you, having those centers that could get the snaps real important.
Montgomery's kick bounces to the 26-yard line and is returned by Thompson to the 36-yard line, and from there Piedmont will have the football, 1st and 10. It's Trevante Walker there to make the tackle for Wellborn, but Piedmont now up by just 2 scores. They led by 21 at the half.
Well, if you're Piedmont, you're still up by 14. You just want to kind of keep the football, keep the clock moving some. Again, you don't want to get too conservative, though, and not get the needed first downs to keep the football.
The crowd's back in it here on the hill as the Panther faithful are cheering on their defense. From the 36, Lusk will give to Thompson. He gets off away from one tackler, but he is knocked down at the 35-yard line. It's a loss of 1 on the play, and Thompson's slow to get up.
I tell you, he hit the ground pretty hard. There was a big Wellborn lineman, number 76 there, if I can get a number, Jameis Elston, that got good penetration and ran him down there, and then he got hit really hard over on the sidelines. He's going to be out of the game for a couple of plays.
Second down and 11 at their own 35, Piedmont.
I believe that was Trevante Walker also that made a really good hit over there.
Savage and Hayes to the near side. 4 wideouts on the second down call at the 35. Wanting to throw is Lusk. Savage has it at the 40. 45 down the near boundary. 40, 35, 30. Cuts back at the 25. He will go. He will go. He will go. Touchdown Piedmont. 65-yard touchdown toss from Lusk to Savage, his second score of the evening. And boy, that quieted the crowd in a hurry.
Jeff, that did, just as they were getting back into it. Of course, we know how dangerous Savage is. Great throw by Lusk. And he breaks the tackle, gets down the sideline, breaks it back across the middle of the field, and just tremendous speed.
Second score of the night for Savage. On both scores, he was able to cut back, and that cutback really opened things up for the senior. And just like that, Piedmont answers back, and they move right back on top by 20. Here's the extra point by Lusk. The kick is up, and the lead is back to 21. 28-7, Piedmont on top of Wellborn on the Friday Night Network.
Sheehaw Brewing Company is Anniston's own community pub in the historic FNN freight train station in downtown Anniston. You'll find an affordable menu with the local flavor of Anniston, featuring fresh, locally sourced food. There's always local talent with live music and events for the entire family. Whether you're looking for a night out at the pub with friends, or to enjoy the game, or dinner out with the family on the back porch, check out Sheehaw Brewing Company. Call now and book a private football viewing party, or just pre-order your party snack pack for here or to go. Sheehaw Brewing Company in downtown Anniston.
3:24 remaining in the third quarter. Now Wellborn scored on a fumble recovery in the end zone at the 4-minute mark to make this a 21-7 score. 36 seconds later, Piedmont answers back.
Well, and those big plays that we talked about before the game, that plus the poor first half by Wellborn, that's why they're down by 4 scores now.
Everybody wants a game breaker on their team, and Piedmont has one in Savage. He can score from anywhere. We saw in the Glencoe game he had a 98-yard touchdown reception, but yeah, he's a tough customer.
Well, and you've got Lusk. You can get the football to him out there and throw it. He's a good manager of the game and just a good quarterback. Kicks off. He does a little bit of everything for Piedmont.
And there is the kick. And it's on the ground. Mixon picks it up at the 14. He's in trouble. He'll go down at the 15.
Really good coverage there, Jeff, by Cardavian Myers. And first guy down makes a tackle on 15-yard line. Can't beat that.
So a long way to go for Wellborn now as they will scrimmage from inside their own 20-yard line at the 15. Final minutes of the third quarter. And we have a stoppage in play by the officials. We have an injured player on the field, and that is Mixon. Mixon slow to his feet. He wants to remain in the game, but he's got to go out for at least one snap.
Right. And Coach Smith out there checking on him, getting him over here on the sideline, and I believe he's going to be okay. Well, holding that arm and shoulder like it might not be okay, Jeff. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Sarah can get us an update on the injury, but again, Mixon, the leading rusher for the Panthers, is on the sideline to start this possession. First down at their own 15. This is Montgomery. 2, maybe 3 yards to the 18-yard line. Blanchard there to make the tackle Second down 7.
Just not a lot of running room. Piedmont doing a good job defensing Wellborn, and Wellborn has not been able to throw it in the first half. Haven't tried the second half here, but I don't know. They're going to need a big play to get in position, put some more points on the board.
Second down 7 at the 18-yard line. Quick pass is complete. Montgomery's got it. Up near the first down marker, he'll be short. Alexander was there to take him down. Well, he did get a good spot at the 25, close to the first down.
Just what I call a hitch route. He turned inside, and the quarterback threw a strike to him, and that may be what they have to try to do more of. It wasn't a very long pass, about 8 or 10 yards, but picked up the first down or close to it anyway, 3rd and short yards.
Joan Ford Stadium is the site next Friday night, as FNN will be in Raglan, Alabama for the Purple Devil Blue Devils. That's Duke. The Purple Devils will be taking on the Donahoe Falcons. Possibly a battle of the undefeated next week, depending on the outcome of their games this evening, but that's going to be a good one guaranteed. First down Wellborn as they convert on the 3rd down play as they move it up to the 30-yard line.
Jeff, that was Montgomery that took the play from his halfback position and went off left tackle. And Wellborn, most of the night, has run an unbalanced line to the right side, and they've got a guard and tackle on one side, and they've got 2 tight ends and a split end on the other side there, and got a full house backfield now.
First down at the 30. No gain on the play. It will bring up a 2nd down and 10. Sarah, you have an update on Mixon, who was injured about 3 plays ago.
Yes, I have an update on the player. He was actually poked in the eye is what happened. But they got him some eye drops, and he is ready to go. He's good.
All right, thanks, Sarah. You ever been poked in the eye?
I have been poked in the eye, and that hurts. Yeah. That really does hurt. That'll hurt your feelings as much as anything else, too.
Yeah, it really will. Or a mosquito fly into your eye.
That's a problem for me, Jeff.
Make you want to cry.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. It's good to see Mixon back in the lineup. Yep. 2nd down and 10 at the 30. Christie, pass. Weatherly's got it. 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 5. Alexander again there defensively from his linebacker position. Again, Alexander was an All-American, All-State linebacker a year ago.
Well, I'll tell you, Piedmont just doesn't miss many tackles either. They first guy there gets him or holds on to him and gets some help, and Jonathan Lucas there, who's a big, healthy nose guard, and just a real good tackling team. Piedmont is.
3rd down 5 at the 35. They need the 40. Final half minute of this one in the 3rd quarter. They'll run the football. Mixon bounces off a couple of tacklers. He'll be stopped short of the first down at the 39-yard line by Alexander. It will be 4th down, and that is how the 3rd period ends from the hill. So after 36 minutes of action, Piedmont leading Wellborn 28-7. 4th quarter action coming up on the Friday Night Network.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
Ooh, look at those toys.
Insurance must be expensive.
Nah.
I bet he's got an Allstate agent. They can save you up to 30% more by bundling your policies.
Well, his dog's stupid.
Poodles are one of the world's smartest breeds. Bundle and save with an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Call Alan Parnell at 256-831-8887 at the Parnell Insurance Agency on Snow Street in Oxford and in Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Welcome back to the Hill. It's time to throw T-shirts. You see the Wellborn cheerleaders. They have the FNN T-shirts, and they're ready to make some fans happy here tonight, as a lot of folks are going to get T-shirts to wear on this wet night at the Hill. So let's see if we got any quarterbacks down there.
Well, if they can throw it, we might have a place for them tonight.
Yeah. They don't want to throw them. They want to keep them.
They may run them up in the stands. That's Wellborn, you know, they run it a lot.
Great job, girls. And men. There's some guys down there, too, showing their throwing arm. 4th down. And on the 4th down play, Piedmont apparently jumped off sides.
Jeff, Wellborn was lined up in the T formation. They shifted into the box, and Piedmont jumped off sides when they shifted.
Piedmont was
easy first down for Wellborn.
Yeah, watching the cheerleaders throw the T-shirts.
I think so.
First down now, Wellborn at their own 43, just underway. 4th frame from the Hill. Wellborn needing to score and score in a hurry. There's a pass. It's incomplete, intended for Kendarius Weatherly on the near side, but well underthrown. He tried to go down and scoop it up, but unable to.
McChristie threw that one to his shoe tops there and got to get it up a little bit, and pretty good offensive line play there, and but just McChristie. Of course, the ball's wet, a little hard to throw.
2nd down and 10 at the 43. Wellborn just needs something big to happen here as they trail by 3 scores. McChristie with time, deep downfield, pass is incomplete. Pass intended for Jake Thrasher down near the 34-yard line. Covered well defensively, Allen.
Thrasher had a step there, and not a bad ball thrown. Just a little bit out of his reach there, but Wellborn's going to have to throw the football to have a chance to get back in this game.
3rd down 10 at the 43. Weatherly in motion. Hand off to Weatherly. 2 yards to the 45. It's 4th down and 8.
Just good job defensively by Piedmont. That particular tackle was made by Jacob Clark, and but they got people around the football and just do a great job pursuing the ball.
Well, the rain has ceased, which is good news.
I'm glad we started back, Jeff,
yeah.
because it's worked out pretty well. No more lightning either.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, we had about a 30-minute weather delay at halftime. It came at the break. So we were a bit tardy in returning to action here in the second half, but now we're in 4th quarter. Piedmont on top. And the punt is fielded by Blanchard, and Blanchard a fair catch called for, and he tried to run. Now that's a good try.
That's a good trick right there. Yeah. Call for a fair catch and then run it, but the
you can get away with it. Yeah.
Official kind of on top of that one there.
So they'll blow it dead at the 28-yard line. Now a late flag comes in, and this will be a dead ball delay against Piedmont because of Blanchard calling for a fair catch, and once he caught it, he takes off running with it, and you can't do that. So that's going to be a delay call, and that'll move them back 5 yards back near the 23-yard line, and from there Piedmont will scrimmage 1st and 10.
I would say at this point, Jeff, with about 11 minutes to go, Wellborn has got to get a turnover, get some points here in the next couple of minutes to have a chance.
Yeah, their only score of the game, Wellborn, the only points they have thus far was by their defense as they recovered a fumble in the end zone. And that's the 7 they have showing right now. 1st down, Piedmont at the 23. Piedmont 3-1 in region play. They'll run the football across the 30, 35, 40, up to the 45-yard line. Lee Stanley is now into the football game at the running back position. That's not Drake Thompson. But Lee Stanley comes in on his very first carry. He picks up 23 from the 23 out to the 46.
Stanley looks like he might be a youngster coming on, and I'm sure they've got lots of good players coming there at Piedmont, and I think he's a good one.
23-yard pickup, and that will move the ball to the 46-yard line. 10.5 minutes remaining in the football game. Again, Piedmont 4-2 overall, 3-1 in region play, and if this score holds, they'll pick up their 4th region win of the year, and that will just about lock up a playoff spot in Class 3A, as the playoffs will get underway in about 3 weeks. Stanley again, far side. Stanley gets across the 50 to the 49 for a pickup of about 5 more. And from there, it's 2nd down and 5.
Good tackle by Quandarius Moore over there for Wellborn. But Stanley's a good back there, and lots of speed. Not very big. He's about 130 maybe.
You know, talking about playoffs, Alan, Steve Smith, head coach of Piedmont, his last 18 years of coaching, of course, he's in his 9th year at Piedmont, and prior to that he was at Cedar Bluff, but the last 18 years he's been a head coach, his team's made the playoffs every year. That's pretty good.
Hard to improve on that.
It certainly is. Now, that is a big run there by Hayes as he takes it down to the 31. That will be a pickup of about 19 on the play, and right now Piedmont's just getting big chunks of yardage on every down, it seems.
They are, and this Wellborn defense has been on the field for a long time, and of course a lot of these players go both ways, but defensively, Wellborn is probably hung in there about as long as they can, and of course they're a tough bunch. Don't think that they don't work hard and get ready for nights like this.
1st down at the 31. Again, a drive that started at their own 23, looking to take it 77 yards on this possession. 1st and 10. Play clock is at 2. This is Stanley. Stanley cuts back. Stanley will be taken down at the 30-yard line, and the tackle may have been by the face mask.
Face mask or possibly horse collar. They might have gotten their hand on that shoulder pad and pulled him down by the back of that. Not sure, but definitely going against Wellborn.
Here's the call. It is personal foul, face mask.
Yep.
They'll move it down to the 15-yard line, and Piedmont now inside the red zone with a 1st and 10. $15-yard line, and again, Lusk just now making his way back to the huddle. Again, Donahoe and Ragland next week on FNN. Big game we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. Donahoe playing Wadley. Of course, Wadley, another quality team from down there in Randolph County. There goes Stanley. Stanley is down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. A pickup of 7 more yards on the play, and Stanley possesses a lot of speed.
Yeah, he's really close to that 1st down there, Jeff, and I'll tell you, he's a good one to come in there, and I'm betting he's about a 10th grader. So the future is bright for Piedmont.
2nd down, call it the 7-yard line. 2nd down and 2. You see the clock winding down here. Under 8 minutes now remaining in the football game. Just now coming to the line of scrimmage as the play clock is near 10. Piedmont making an all-out effort to just shorten this game and head back to Piedmont with their 5th win of the year. They'll have the 1st down as Hayes moves down near the 2, and from there it will be 1st and goal.
Jeff, of course, the clock is working against Wellborn. We're inside 8 minutes now, and of course it becomes a pride thing at some point, and you just try to keep them out of the end zone. 28-7, you still got a chance to find a way, but one more, it's going to be kind of tough, and Wellborn's back's against the wall here defensively.
1st and goal at the 2. Again, Stanley is still into the football game. Savage is also split wide left. Brazier's in the backfield as well. And Hayes will lose a couple of yards back to the 4-yard line. Second down and goal now at the 4 for the Bulldogs.
Good penetration by Wellborn that time. They pretty much brought the house. Jamira Curry was one of those, and one of the first guys that got there to make that stop 3 or 4 yards deep in the backfield.
Under 7 minutes remaining as the clock continues to roll here from the Hill. Now they're headed toward the end zone, where behind the end zone is the Ed Dupree Fieldhouse, former head coach here at Wellborn.
Ed Dupree, Talladega boy.
Yeah, I saw Coach Dupree not too long ago. Seemed to be doing well.
Good guy, and he was a legend here, no question about that.
Second down and goal, and prior to the snap, we have a stoppage in play and a timeout taken on the field, and we will take a timeout as well, with Piedmont on top 28-7 on the Friday Night Network. And welcome back to the Hill. 6:21 remaining in the football game. Piedmont on top by 21. And Piedmont will have the football. Second down and goal from near the 4, well, we'll call it the 5-yard line. And again, if this score holds, Piedmont will, well, they're not going to lock up second place in the region, but boy, you got to like their chances.
They'll have the inside track on it, Jeff, and unless something out of the ordinary happens, they'll probably wind up with that second position. Still some football to be played, though.
Yeah.
And a lot of interesting things can still happen, but this is a big game tonight, and Piedmont's played well.
Next week, Piedmont will be on the road again as they will travel to Westbrook. This is Hayes running far side. Hayes spins his way down near the 2-yard line. It will be third and goal from the 2. Yeah, Piedmont's next 2 games, they travel to Westbrook next week, and then they're at home in 2 weeks against Weaver. That's 2 games there. You feel like the Bulldogs can win both of them.
Right.
Then next week for Wellborn, they'll travel to Asheville. The next 2 games on the road. At Asheville next week, at Ohatchee 2 weeks from tonight. Same thing. That's 2 games you feel
Coach Smith
Wellborn.
was at Ohatchee years ago. You may remember that. And that'll be a big game for him going out there. They'll want to play well against the Wellborn Panthers. And of course, Wellborn will want to go out there and make a good showing for Coach Smith. So I'm sure
Coach Smith did a good job at Ohatchee too. I mean, he turned those guys around.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
From the 2, third down and goal. Hayes will give. Faked me out. He gave the ball to Brazier, and Brazier takes it in for the touchdown. Touchdown Bulldogs, and the lead moves to 34-7.
Well, Wellborn really need to keep them out, and and Piedmont just a little too much at this point for Wellborn.
Yeah, they really are.
Defense been out there for a long time and not able to get them stopped. Great effort by the Piedmont Bulldogs.
We talked about it in the first half, Alan, and when you're playing a quality team, and trust me, Piedmont is a quality team. My goodness, they're one of the best programs in the state of Alabama in any classification, but they don't need any help, and Wellborn gave them a lot of help with 4 turnovers in the first half.
They did, and second half they played a little better, but Piedmont still able to get enough big plays, and it's just been you can't give those up either, and Wellborn has given up those. They cut down on the turnovers and the penalties, but the big plays are still happening.
Point after is good. 35-7, Piedmont on top. This is the Friday Night Network.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance, because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance, even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to the Hill. Jeff Ellison alongside Alan Parnell. Sarah Hampton down on the field. 35-7. Piedmont leading the homestanding Wellborn Panthers right now. And a couple other games in the area. Alan, you've got some score updates. One down in Tallapoosa County involving Dadeville and Leeds.
14-14 Dadeville, 14-14 tie rather, Dadeville and Leeds. And that game's in the fourth quarter now, and 21-14 Childersburg leads Munford in the third quarter.
In the third quarter?
Third quarter.
Okay. Yeah, they too were affected by the rain tonight, or by the weather. Lusk will kick it off from the 40. And Lusk will kick it out of bounds. And this will give Wellborn the opportunity to take the football at the 35-yard line. And most teams do, don't they, Alan?
Oh, they do.
They could force a re-kick, but I think they prefer the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that'll be better on a wet night like tonight. They'd be good to start this one here at the 35.
And that's exactly what they will do.
Yep.
Final 5:28 of this football game.
A lot of pride on the Wellborn side. I know they'd like to get another one just to make them feel better, because you got to come in and go to work on Monday and try to get ready for that next game.
McChristie, the senior quarterback, will give to Mixon. Mixon stopped for no gain at the 35-yard line.
Just no doing. The defensive front there for Piedmont, and they pretty much got all those same guys. Trying to get a number here. Lucas has been on just lots of tackles tonight. Also 75, Colton Donaldson there, and 15 is Jacob Clark. Piedmont Bulldogs do a good job defensively. And now I believe most of their guys for Piedmont play one way. Am I right, Jeff? Don't see a lot of two-way players.
Second down, Wellborn at the 35. This is Montgomery. 6 yards to the 41. Bobbitt again there to make the stop. Third down and 4. You know, we talk about that the top two teams in each region, they will host the opening round of the playoffs. And, you know, Wellborn has a bit of a history as far as going in as a number 3 or number 4 in the playoffs and going on the road and winning that first game.
Sure.
I know they traveled, down a few years ago, South Alabama to Opp High School, I think it was, and won the opening round game. So just because they have to travel doesn't mean it's an automatic L.
Well, and as you said, that region they go into may not be as strong as the one they just came out of.
That's very true, and that's Jordan Montgomery with a first down and more. Montgomery will take it to midfield. That's a pickup of 10 on the play, and will move the chains for the Panthers.
Well, that was a good push at that Montgomery. We've heard his name all night, on the offensive and defensive side, and just another of the Montgomery clan here at Wellborn High School.
You know, I think the Wellborn fans, I know they are. They're surprised, and I am too, really, at the margin of victory this will be for Piedmont. I think even Piedmont's surprised.
Yeah, I think so. I think so, because Wellborn is so physical and tough. He just didn't see this coming. But Piedmont is as advertised too.
That's Montgomery again. He picks up 2 more. Talk about the long line of Montgomerys that have played here at Wellborn High School. I remember Raynard Montgomery.
I remember Raynard very well. I coached Raynard in football and baseball, and Raynard, not only a great player, quite a character on top of that. Quite the character. Terrance, they played about the same time.
Second down and 8. Mixon to the 45 for 3 more. Hayes made the stop. Just playing it out here as we move under 3 minutes remaining. It will be 3rd and 5.
There was another Montgomery, Harris Montgomery, that played here a few years earlier that played at Jacksonville State, and really good player, but just a good group of athletes there, really good baseball players too. They very athletic family.
Talk about Jacksonville State. You know, the 2 head coaches here tonight, Jeff Smith of Wellborn, Steve Smith of Piedmont, were teammates at Jacksonville State back in the mid to late 80s.
Well, and we know they had some really good teams during that time too.
It's McChristie on the keeper, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That is a first down. Steve Smith was an all-state quarterback at Cherokee County High School back in 1987. Played for Bobby Joe Johnson.
Now, I remember Coach Johnson, and Coach Johnson won a lot of games there. Went on to Sachs High School. Everybody thought he'd given it up, and Sachs High School got him to come down there, and he took them to the state championship game.
That.
Didn't win it. I can't remember the year there, Jeff, but
that was the year they lost. Was it to Blunt? They lost
believe
to a
that's
team
right.
from down south.
I believe that's right. He was on. Coach Johnson only there 2 or 3 years, and but he had a really good team.
It's a gain of 1. Moves the ball down to the 31-yard line. Under 2 minutes remaining. Of course, you know, Wellborn playing with a lot of pride right now. They have 2 timeouts remaining, but I don't know if Coach Smith will use them or not.
I probably not. They'd sure like to get a score right here. I'll almost guarantee you that.
Second down at the 31. To the 28-yard line is Roden.
Of course, you got this Piedmont defense that has some pride too, and they've not given up a touchdown tonight, by the way.
That's true.
And so they'd like to keep their shutout going, even though Wellborn has scored 7 points. It was not on the Piedmont defense.
Under a minute and a half, 3rd down and 6 at the 28. Wellborn needs the 22. McChristie wants to throw. Downfield, pass, caught, 10-5, touchdown Wellborn. Tigner on the receiving end. And the Panthers, they don't give up, do they, Alan?
No, they don't. They don't. They're certainly trained and work hard that way, and you know, get these points right here. Be important to them.
As well executed to it. Well thrown as well.
Yep. Did a good job, McChristie there, and then hauled it in. Pretty good defense by the Piedmont guy, but just a good throw. Got it in there, and he took it to the house.
And they may go for 2, and they will. And why not? 59 seconds remaining. 35-13 as the Panthers will try for 2. They will run it inside to Montgomery. He will be stopped. The 2-point try is no good. The score holds. Piedmont 35, Wellborn 13. We'll be back for the final minute of this one on the Friday Night Network.
At the Teachers Credit Union, of course, everybody, it's actually like a family. I know that's probably what everyone says, but when I walk in, they know me by name, and that matters so much to us. We're different. We look different. The credit union knows my business. They know where I work. They understand what I'm doing. And because of that, it allows for me to be able to work in a business world that I would otherwise not be capable of working in.
The politicians in Montgomery just don't get it. They're not fighting for us. Politicians like Del Marsh. Last year, Marsh wrote the law cutting $25 million from our schools, then rammed it through the legislature with no debate. Now Marsh is vowing to cut even more from our schools. We have to stop him. Fortunately, Taylor Stewart opposes additional cuts to our schools, and Taylor will fight to improve our classrooms so our kids can go to college. Taylor Stewart, he fights for Alabama's children.
Just under a minute remaining, 22-point lead for Piedmont. They will move to 4-1 in region play, 5-2 overall, while the Panthers will drop to 4-3 and 3-2 in the games that count. Got everybody up close here, expecting Allen possibly an onside kick. Don't know if they'll get it or not.
Yep.
They get it, and Alexander covers it for Piedmont. And now Piedmont will have the football out near midfield, and all they'll need to do is just run a couple of plays here.
Not a bad onside kick. He got it there, got the big hop, and 25, Anthony Alexander made one up there and looked like he got a rebound in basketball, comes down with it and takes it down to the turf, covers it up.
A rather lengthy night here tonight at the Hill, and part of the reason why is the weather. Had a About a half-hour weather delay at halftime, and we had lightning in the area, but we got through it. And these two teams are now just a couple of snaps away from shaking hands at midfield, and that's the formation all head coaches like, Alan.
Well, the old victory formation, that means things have gone pretty well. At least well enough to be in that formation and win the game.
Under 50 seconds remaining. Piedmont, if they'll do that one more time, and I'm sure they will, that's all that will be necessary. And again, Wellborn will not use their final timeouts, and this game will be history. Again, next week, Donahoe and Raglan will be the game of the week here on the Friday Night Network. Again, the victory formation. Lusk, he looks back at the play clock. It's at 10 now, and the game clock is at 20. And he continues to look at the play clock. That is at 5, 4. There's the snap. There's the kneel down. Both teams are making their way to midfield. And the Piedmont Bulldogs have defeated the Wellborn Panthers here tonight by a final score of 35-13. We'll be back with post-game activities right here on the Friday Night Network.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
And welcome back to the Hill. 35-13, the final score in this one as Piedmont picks up their 5th win of the year, and in convincing fashion, I might add, Alan.
Jeff, no doubt about it. And coming in, we expected a pretty close game. I did. And it's been all Piedmont tonight. And first half, it was turnovers that got Wellborn in trouble. But the big play both halves by Piedmont was a difference, a true difference in the game.
Let's go to the field. Sarah is with winning head coach Steve Smith.
What a great game, Coach. And you guys being able to have the lead the entire game is a great thing for you guys. Talk about how that affects the emotions and the attitudes of your players.
Well, you know, we needed to get a lead. This is a tough place to play. They got a lot of tradition here. And Wellborn does such a good job of grinding out long drives where they hold the ball for a long time, and thought it was big for us to get up early in the game by 3 scores. It kind of took them a little bit out of their game plan and had to make them play a little bit faster probably than what they wanted to. That was huge. Getting some early momentum. I thought our defense played lights out all night long. You know, our offense shot herself in the foot a couple of times with some scoring opportunities when we got some turnovers in the first half, and offense actually, you know, fumble snap that they got their first touchdown off of. Can't say enough good things about our defense, though, and the way they played tonight. And offensively, I thought we had spurts. We played really well on that side of the ball, too.
Okay, well, congratulations, Coach, and thanks so much.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sarah. No argument from here. He's exactly right, Alan. His defense played lights out all night.
Well, there's no question about that, Jeff. And you know, Wellborn typically doesn't get treated that way, particularly here on the Hill. And but Piedmont, as you mentioned earlier, Jeff, is one of the best programs in our state. And they proved that one more time tonight.
Yes, they certainly did. Here's some of the highlights of the game. First half action right there. The first score of the ball game, the long run by Drake Thompson, Alan.
Well, and he's special. He's special. And then here the defense comes up with a turnover, and this was the second score.
Resulted in a missed field goal, however. It didn't hurt him. Pass at Tigner, who scored later in the football game. A pass on third down that was incomplete. And Savage, who was big all night.
Yeah, he's a great player. They've got a number of weapons, Piedmont does, and it's just kind of pick your poison. And but they can beat you running the football and throwing it big plays, and they just flat out run you.
As Savage scoring on a 57-yard run. Another turnover here by the Panthers.
And that was first half. I don't know that they had a turnover the second half, so apparently Coach Smith got their attention there during the halftime. But just too much Piedmont defensively, really, Jeff.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, they, until the final minute, they pitched a shutout. There's Treek Thompson, who had 2 touchdowns in the game, and what a night he had, over 100 yards rushing. Another one of his long runs right there.
Yeah, and he threw the football well, and I think this one was broken up, but just a really great throw there. He's got a good arm. He's a good player.
Yeah, that was a 4th down play. Tigner made a big play defensively. There's Mixon on a run that got him a 1st down on a 3rd and 6. There's the big defensive play by Wellborn.
And just a high snap, and ball's a little wet, a little damp down there on the goal line. Coach Smith had chosen to punt him down there close, and it worked out well for him. Got the first score for Wellborn.
Again, Tigner on the play defensively against Thompson. Here's the pass, and Savage was off to the races.
Yeah, and just a little bit too much speed, and there was a couple of Wellborn guys that had angled. He reversed his field and or angled back across, and just too fast.
And Stanley coming in, playing real well in the fourth quarter.
Stanley may be the future for the running back for the Piedmont Bulldogs. He looked like a good choice to me.
There's the touchdown by Hayes. McChristie, that was his best run of the night, and here's the touchdown for Wellborn.
Nice throw there, and
Tigner.
It was Tigner that caught the ball and goes into the corner of the end zone down there, and onside kick recovered by Piedmont.
And a couple of kneel downs, and that is the final score as Piedmont wins it 35-13, and we'll be back to wrap it up from the Hill right here on the Friday Night Network.
When you go online, you need speed, and you won't get it from AT&T Uverse. Think fast. Think Cable One high-speed internet. Just $35 a month for 50 megs of blazing speed. It's the speed you need for the best streaming. So call 855-CABLE-1 now. Think value. Think super speed, reliability, and low price. This internet offer includes a 30-day money-back guarantee, no contract, and no bundling. So call 855-CABLE-1 now.
This Friday Night Network High School Football Game of the Week Sports Exclusive is presented by Alan Parnell and the Parnell Insurance Agency, your local Allstate agent. By Avery Auto Sales in Oxford, for like new cars at used car prices. By Regional Medical Center, quality counts in Calhoun County. By Sneed Ag, your local John Deere dealer, earning your business every day. By Systems by Design, simply smart security. By Mizell Heating and Air Conditioning, voted #1 for the 2nd year in a row by the readers of the Anniston Star. And by Bill Stanford Automotive in Talladega. Stop in today for the Full Out Blitz event.
And welcome back again. Piedmont wins it by 22. I'm Jeff Ellison. To my right is Alan Parnell. And Alan, we've known each other for 200 years, and this is the first time we've ever worked together, but had a ball.
Jeff, it's been a pleasure. It really has, and always good to work with you. You're legendary status, and I just had a good time working with you tonight.
Oh, my goodness. We need to have a long talk, my friend. Thanks for joining us. For Alan Parnell and Sarah Hampton, I'm Jeff Ellison, reminding you next Friday night, we'll be in Raglan for the Purple Devils and the Donahoe Falcons. Airtime 6:30 right here on the Friday Night Network. Piedmont wins it 35-13. From the Hill, good night, everyone.